Wow, big number. $38 months. That's a long time. Thanks to @Benikage for my sub.
It's good you came in summer. In winter, it can get very depressing.
Hello, chatto! It's Sundat, and coming up today on Out. Oh! I can't believe this. In my head, while the intro was playing, I was like, building a nation, building a nation, building a nation. Bro folded under zero pressure. You could actually be forgiven for thinking I'm doing this on purpose. I think I actually folded sooner than I did last time. The second the first syllable came out of my mouth and it wasn't a B, cooked. Absolutely cooked. I'm just going to pay out the prediction right now. I don't think there's any argument that can be made that that wasn't an absolute clusterfuck. Right, choose prediction outcome. The fact that so many of you believed in me enough to vote no, it'll be very interesting to watch the... I'm going to do this prediction in every single stream intro now. I want to see how your confidence goes. So this one... 63% of you said I'd mess it up, and you were right. Let's see how that goes over time. There you go. Enjoy your extra points. Oh, I've got to do all this don't show this again nonsense. Love to see it. Fuzzy buttons with the 50 months.
I'm old Gandalf. One day I'll see a full in-row tongue.
No, there will be no in-row tongues around this part. This is a tongueless run, I'm afraid. Ah, dear. Oh, wow. Thank you very much for the raid scheme as well. That's very kind. What a perfect time. After you've missed me mess up the intro. Darcher! Wow, that's a lot of months. Holy Christ. I think that might be the longest active sub streak that shows up as like a specific number. Darcher, thank you for the 68 months, my friend. Were they always as far up as that on the screen? Am I being... like... was my... No, I know, Darcher. It's just... it's... usually I don't see the long-term resubs a lot of the time because Pog has one of the longest ones. So she... but Pog doesn't get to do any resub messages because hers is a permanent sub. Also, how are you, Darcher? Long time no see. Hope life is treating you well. Thank you for that. That's very kind of you as well for the 68 months. You were literally one away from the big number. Speaking of chat, I hit 68,000 subs on YouTube, which means my goal, not 70 before Christmas. That's silly. We want 69. We want 69. Oh, that's awesome, Darcher. To be fair, there hasn't been a lot to keep up with on YouTube, I suspect, but don't worry, I'm back. I'm working on a big boy video at the moment, which is going to be cool. Right, I was actually about to say something there. For some reason, I thought that said 20k go to Paradox. What the hell, chat? Like, actually, what the hell? I need to mess up intros more often. I mean, I'm pushing the button, obviously. That button doesn't do anything on this screen. I'm getting off of this screen, then I'm pushing the button. One moment, chat. Now I've got to wait for the thing to go through. Oh my day. Or rather, I'll wait a moment. I'm going to put my headphones back on. Holy shit. Chat, what the hell? What's happened? Firstly, proper thanks are in order here, because that completely caught me off guard. Ragnarok, thank you for the 20 gifted subs. What the fuck? Darcher, thank you for the 20. What? I don't think I've ever seen that back to back before in my entire history of streaming. That is... James, thank you for the 5 as well. Gordo, thank you for the 5 also. And Aaron as well, thank you for the 5. And Hanger on, thank you for the 24 months. I need to get off this screen so I can put something on there that isn't my fucking face. Portal Shrews, thank you for the gifted sub to Ginger and his bots as well. Right, I've got to get off this screen. Just so I can push this button. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know what to say. Do the presents even still work? I haven't even used these, I don't think, on 26. Oh my god, Mislav as well. Wait, why did that come through twice? Oh my god, that was 2 steps. What the fuck? Forgive my swearing at this early morning hour, and forgive me, my neighbours. Sorry, Shannon, I'm sure she's... What? It might be time for the fiscal responsibility chat. In fact, I say it very much is time. What the hell? Hang on one sec. Where was I? Mislav, thank you for the 5 gifted. Hanger on, thank you very much for the 5 gifted as well. Oh my Christ. Paul and Ray, thank you for the 5 gifted. AJ, thank you for the 5 gifted. And Bagpuss, thank you for the gifted sub to fiscal responsibility. Yes, so it probably is about time I do that now that this is set. Is that... Oh, it's doing them one by one. Okay, I'm going to talk over that because that's going to be a minute because it's doing them one by one for some reason. Holy shit. Chat, that is immensely nice of you and incredibly kind. I'm very grateful. Sikatu as well. Thank you for the prime on top of that. We'll see that in about 20 minutes because of Baspus. It's just it's that fish ussy. Anyway. Oh, good lord. He's ruined it. Thank God this isn't part of the sponsored bit. I suspect it does, PJ. Yeah, basically, I found out that Twitch had this thing I could just switch on for a discount on. I was just allowed to switch it on. So I went, well, why wouldn't I switch that on? It seems like a silly thing to not switch on. I think I get like a set number of hours. So I just saw it and went, oh, okay, press button, because why the fuck not, right? Might as well. It disappears if I don't use it, so I might as well switch that thingy on. 35% is quite a lot, actually. Thank you, chat. That's insanely nice of you. Holy shit. Yeah, probably about time for the fiscal responsibility chat, though. As always with these things, I am immensely grateful, but the Beast, thank you so much for the 5 as well. My Christ. I'm going to get through this message and you're going to listen, damn it. The man just said he did. He did, and let's pretend that he did. That was purely for fishes. I wish I could have a seat. On the floor? Oh my god. Ragnarok. What the hell? Thank you for the second set of 20 gifted subs. And JWM Football as well. Thank you for the brand new tier 1 in there as well. Ran out of viewers? I would imagine very fast because it's so early in the stream. People aren't here yet. They're going to rock up and be like, why is number big? And I agree. Andrew as well. Thank you for the 23 months on top of that. Right. So what I was going to say, and I feel like it's even more important to say this now, is I'm immensely grateful, of course. But I would just never want you guys to ever be gifting things that you cannot comfortably be affording to gift to people, because that money is so much more important and better well spent on yourselves. That's the most important thing to me.
Pathetic man, pathetic pixel men, something, something stuff, something memes, words, pasta.
Okay, and breathe, Matt. Pog's going to get coffee. She's missed all this. Thank Christ. She'd be crying, bless her. Right, there we go. Oh, welcome in, JWM. It's funny you mentioned that, because I'm bringing back the segment of the VOD comments, which I might have to do in a minute now, just to distract myself from this absolute insanity. That was insane. So, wow. Now I've got a lot to live up to. But to be fair, I do have some stuff for you, chat, because I have been researching. I spent, after stream on Thursday, and the entirety from 9 till 6 on Friday, just doing scouting research. And I found some stuff that's really interesting, and I'm going to be showing you a bit of it today, as well as a little preview of some of the things that's going to be in the scouting video coming up in either tomorrow or Tuesday. Patrons might get it tomorrow night if I can get it edited in time. Steve as well with the 22 months. Holy shit, I'm sweating, bro.
22 months watching the best streamer on Twitch, messing up the intros. Never change, Matto. The vibes you create are top notch.
Hopefully they should be even better now, because, and it's funny you say that, Crazy Brit. So I mentioned this during the texty intro bit. So you know my pissy drink that I normally drink at the start of streams? It's essentially like a vitamin C tablet thing. I've explained this a lot. Some people think it's a pint. Turns out, the citric acid, and I think the ascorbic acid in that, directly conflicts with the medication I was taking and essentially acts like a big Nerf thing that just bonks it, meaning that it was kind of deadening it. And I had no idea that I was doing that, because it's the most me thing ever to do. So yeah, haven't had any of that today, and it makes a difference, let me tell you. Your boy is balanced. He's dodging. He's left and right. He's emotionally stable, sort of. Well, although that may be subject to change. Gordo, the 500 bits of that as well. I need to show you
I
something.
had you sitting there, given the continued chance to break Matt. Why not?
Stop it. This is not a challenge. Dodging intros. Yeah, I mean, I didn't say it'd make me competent. Like, let's not go crazy with this. Wow, what is that? I've never seen that message effect before. That's so cool. Either that or it just didn't show up in OBS before. Wow. Thank you for the 20 bits as well. That looks so sick. 4th season with Polish extra class. Oh, okay. You got to the semi-finals in the 4th season. Yeah, I guess that's the problem, because the rep hasn't yet caught up with the quality of your players, and as a result, you're still going to get them poached away. It's going to be tough, actually. Oh dear, trying to be healthy. I know. There was me thinking I was doing the good stuff. I just need to find some kind of flavored water stuff, like some electrolyte tablets or something that don't have the acids in them, and I should be absolutely fine. It's like, maybe it's new. Yeah, Moon is out till February. Announce relegation. This might be one of those years we literally survive because 3 teams might be worse than us. Because it's just, it ain't good, is it? Yeah, chat, thank you so much for that insane little burst of whatever that was. Oh, dear. Never have, Matt. Oh, fair enough. I mean, it's different things, right? I don't know what the... I don't know if there are medications that are good for... I suppose because autism is such a spectrum, it's tough to probably put medications at certain points. I mean, I guess ADHD is sort of part of that same thing, but it's a very specific part of that, I guess. So it's like... This stuff is very potent for this one very specific thing. It doesn't fix most things, but it does fix the executive function and the emotional regulation. I say fix, vastly improve, to the point that my life has changed irreversibly. It's changed massively for the better, and I feel like a human being again. And that's just kind of cool. Fruity milkshake or something. I think I might have to do that, Sharek, because I already take like a I have a protein shake, but it's not just enough liquid because I need to try and stay hydrated, and that was one of the ways I did so. I just have to drink plain old water. Boring. Wolves, West Ham or Burnley. I think West Ham are coming back a little bit now. They've won a couple of games in a row. They beat Newcastle. I think that they might be on the upward bounce. Wolves, not so much. Burnley, I feel like I'm more on the downward bounce, if anything, but that's the problem with having Scott Parker as a manager, right? Legitimately blue money. Thank you so much, chat, for the level 12 hype train. Hi. Right. Now, we should play some Football Manager. How about that? Speed speaker. What are you on about? Yeah, to be fair, it ain't going to slow my speed speaking down, that's for sure. I'm trying, but it might actually be easier now on my newer videos that you're about to see, because they're going to be a little bit more scripted, which means I have to actually speak a bit slower. So in a way, you're welcome. Harry Bishop Ultra, no, we didn't. I'm going to do that now, because honestly, I need a moment just to take a breath. And let's go.
The minute you get uptight, you're dead.
I'm in the house where the coffee's green and the food is grouse, with sandwiches and lasagna too.
Ice cream sundaes for me and you.
I'm Andrew Harold and I'm in the house where the coffee's green and the food is grouse, with sandwiches and lasagna too.
Ice cream sundaes for me and you.
I try not to lose my temper with myself.
Oh, goodness sake and shit and balls.
The minute you get uptight, you're dead.
It's weird. I woke up this morning and I just felt proper hyped. I don't think I'd ever had as much fun making a video as I did on Friday. Genuinely. I was just enjoying the writing process, and I think that means it's going to be good. No, a couple of little things to show you. I've had a little dig about recruitment focuses. What I've done is I've gone back and inserted James's old ones, because actually, I think these are kind of could potentially cook in 26. Probably about the same level of cookery as... I was uptight, but then I nearly be dead. This feels really loud in my headphones. Have I turned this up? No, we're good. Hyped on a hype train. Well, it's like I knew, isn't it? It's like I knew. So these I actually think could be quite solid. However, I have dicked a little bit about with transfer offers in. In fact, I've made 8 of them because I did a little bit of research into this using I've got a Rakov save that is 5 years into the future that I use for like database tests and scouting tests. That way I can test things like Belgian amateurs and stuff like that. And I did a few tests with it to sort of experiment with what you get when you put certain requirements in as a transfer out, because I basically spent about 4 hours on Friday afternoon just doing this, basically constantly changing the what's the word I'm looking for here, the criteria, assuming a couple of weeks, change your criteria, assuming a couple of weeks, and so on and so forth, but using the same exact start point. That way I got data to compare. Because what I've noticed though is that you will basically get the exact same players if you put the exact same requirements in. It's like there's a very set group of players that are like flagged to be sent towards you. But here's the fun part. You will not get a single player under the age of 18 that I've noticed using these, which makes sense because essentially what you're asking clubs is, hey, has anyone got a player they would like to sell to me? And if that's the case, it sort of implies an immediacy of the player wanting to join you on the first part. So I think what it means basically is that you aren't going to get any players between 15 and 17 on these if you put them, even though you said it's 15 to 19. Have you really? Wow. Okay, so it's maybe it's just that I hadn't seen them, but it feels like it's a very rare thing basically. So that may change in time, potentially. Johnny Be Good, thank you for the follow. Good reference. What I would say is, though, if you were to switch this, where you set this to just 18 to 19 instead of 15 to 19, you'll get the exact same group of players, so you may as well just leave it on 15 to 19 anyway, because that's what it defaults to at 15, so it's just easier when setting them up. So that's the first thing I would say. Worldly Hands, thank you for the follow. Great name. The other thing is, I feel like this works way better for transfers than it does for loans. When I put a series of 10 different requirements in, just like really basic ones, I got 151 not recommendations, responses. But with loans, it was closer to 10. And I feel like loaning fullbacks is really, really bad. For some reason, 15 to 17, you could put it, but I don't think you find any players. I didn't test that one, but essentially it seemed that it was a real tough one. The other thing is, though, and here's a really interesting part, and I think this is actually more interesting. If I set this, what I did was I basically set the same exact requirements. So I did goalkeeper, DA, for every position on the pitch, or rather, like I think it was 10 of them. It's like general roles. So like centre-backs, full-backs, goalkeepers, DM, CM, AM, left wing, right wing, striker, where they're the same in and out of possession, because that's what a lot of players are as default. And then what I did, I set it to 15 to 19, and then I did another set from the exact same start point at 15 to 25, to include a few older players. They did bring back different sets of players. But what I noticed, though, is that you'd think, given that the wider search range was in there, that it would have basically that the 15 to 25 one would include all of the players from the 15 to 19 one as well. It doesn't. The trick with these, I feel like, is to be specific to a point. So be specific in things like age ranges, but not too specific on things like roles, because you'll get the same amount of players either way, but they'll be a little bit more suited to what you're trying to do. So I got the exact same number of players when I did 15 to 19 as I did when I did 15 to 25. They were just a little bit more narrowed down. In addition, and I can't believe I actually caught this on video, because no one would believe me otherwise, I found a wonder kid from Vanuatu. I've been sitting on this since Friday. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Yeah, I saw a guy who was a regen, obviously. I'll have to wait for the video. It's not in this save. It's in like my test save. So I haven't got any yeah, you'll see it. No, from Vanuatu, at a Vanuatuan club. His name was something like Bihu, like Bihu, regen, 16 years old, already had 9 caps for Vanuatu. And the club in Vanuatu were offering to me for like 20k or something like that. It might have been less than that. He was an actual, yeah. Plays under youngster or breakthrough prospects. Really? That's an interesting take on it. I think this is one of these things that's going to need more tests. How did I find him? So the way I found him was this exact set of requirements. The ones that I've just set up here for Wisła, I tested on that Rakov save, and that's how he came through. The other thing is, they come through almost immediately. It takes like up to 3 days. But as a national team, I guess they must do, yeah. Scouting's definitely all over the place, yes, but that means you have to sort of be sensible with it yourself and try to like find ways, which is what I'm basically doing with that video. I suspect that it's going to be a case of I can put some basic guides in the main scouting guide, but I think it's probably going to need its own video where I test it properly deep, because I want to get the video out sooner rather than later. Pretty much, yeah, all I did was any playing time, anything, basically exactly what you're seeing on screen right now. Actually, no. technically this is more specific to Wisła because you'll note that there's some in and out of possession changes. With the ones I found this guy, he was a centre-back, by the way. I just had them where they're in and out of possession were exactly the same position, and that was it. That's all I did. And I suspect the reason that I found him was because the club he was at were obviously so small, they probably just wanted some money. So they were happy to like set that. I haven't dicked about with playing time yet. I haven't dicked about too much with the in and out of possession stuff on it. So we'll see. But I do want to see what sort of responses we get with Wisła. I think it's probably one of those things that's going to be more useful later in a save. So as a clarification point, this guy was in season 5. So 2029. Wait. Yeah, it's season 5. The start of season 5, basically. So, yeah. So, let's get into a game. Because we're key highlight boys now. Which means we can finally get through a few matches. Because Yemka's injury was very annoying. And it is going to keep him out for a little while, unfortunately. Duda, luckily, got an injury in the midweek bit when I was going between matches. Thankfully, he's going to be back for today. I would say... Oh, maybe not. No. I don't think we can start with Duda. Global scouting. Yes. Although... I wonder if that does matter. Because think about it. If you're putting a message board out there, I don't know if your scouting level actually matters too much. You'd think it wouldn't do at that point because you're not basically saying, hey, scouts do a thing. You're basically asking the other teams to do the part. It should be irrelevant if it works correctly. Almost got sacked. Are you managing Wisła as well, Matt? Because I'll be honest with you, I felt that same fear at the start of last stream. Thankfully, we then didn't lose the entirety. We will lose today, no doubt. Probably the first game, knowing my luck. But, yeah. I'm so sorry, Basil. I did not. Please do whack it in there again. More realistic injuries. Yeah. Scoutless save. You probably could do a lot without. I think that's why it's really useful if you're at the lower levels as well. Because the transfer in room, I don't think I feel like we haven't even scratched the surface of what it could potentially do yet. That feels like I'm going to need to make a second video specifically about that, where I've got more time to test it. Which might be something to put on my radar for the next couple of weeks, in fact, because I'm just excited to make stuff. Oh, yeah, sorry. If this is your first time in with the Wisła stuff, I'll give you a little rundown of the squad in a moment, too, once I've picked the bench for this game, because this is a crucial one. I'll just give you a little catch-up, too. Is there anyone I'm missing from the bench that I really want on it? Because Yemka can't really play. We do need maybe Sukinitsky, perhaps, just instead of... Oh, we don't actually have a goalkeeper on the bench, do we? We really don't have a second goalie, do we? And Mwusu's real bad. So, the story so far, essentially, is that we started really poorly, didn't win any of our first 4 league games, we're in the relegation zone and we're really struggling. Had loads of possession, but couldn't take our chances to save our lives. I then made a tiny little tweak to our system with our strikers a little bit in the start of match day 5, and we're now on a 5-game unbeaten run, which includes 3 wins. We pulled our way up to 8th in the league, so we've not quite got into the playoffs yet, but we're right there. We've got Mwusu on trial, but he's actually really bad in my... He was all right in the Slavia save, but it seems like in this save, he's absolute crap, unfortunately. Message board just scouts. I suppose so, because I believe that with the way the transfer room works in real life, it kind of doesn't always... You don't get access to everything, I suspect. I imagine there's tiers to it, like you have to pay for certain levels of it. You're going to Malta in February. That's exactly the same time I was there. You'd be amazed at how good the weather is going to be. Well, it was kind of hit and miss. Like one day it was boiling hot and the next day it was the coldest I've ever been. Mostly because of the wind, in fairness. So yeah, as for our squad, players we really like. Wysicki and Grucic, they're just sort of solid, dependable centre-backs for the most part. Grucic loves a set piece as well, which is kind of fun. Lelyveld is our Dutch right wing-back, who despite lacking pace, is really solid. I've really enjoyed his work this year. A couple of assists as well. I think they're in the same game as well. Ornic is our man that sits between DM and centre-back, depending on what he feels like. He's okay. I'm not sure... Oh, no, he is actually... Yeah, I don't think he's fully comfortable in centre-back, which I might start working on, actually, since I've realised you actually can do that, and I'm an idiot. Or did I already start doing that? No, I didn't. Oh, no, I am. No, I have got him doing that, yeah, because he wasn't fully comfortable, which is definitely a thing. Krzyżanowski is our youngster, left-back at the moment. We've got another left-back, too, which we signed, but we obviously have to play Jakub Krzyżanowski, 1, because he's good, and 2, because we have to have a Polish under-21 player on the pitch at all times, and he is that for the most part, particularly with Kaziemka's injury. Our midfield pairing, though, I absolutely adore. We've got James Igbekeme, who loves a shot from range, and there's nothing we can do about that, unfortunately. Duda, who apparently doesn't love a shot from range, but also does them anyway. The way we've got around that, and if you are having this problem, potentially consider putting them on their wrong feet. We found it actually does seem to reduce it because they're not shooting as much. And then our strikers, Mr. Bojic here, who is our unperforming king, and then the man, the myth, the hour. The man, the myth, the hour. He's the absolute tits. Angel Rodado. He's got 8 in 9. He's on $5,000 a week. He's far too good for this team, but we didn't even have to sign him. He was just here. It's the dream. Locked to the match day. You can click. Oh, can you? I think it might have been a drag older from the beta or the alpha where I couldn't do that, and I got... This is the problem when you learn on really early versions of the game. Functionality that's missing comes back, and then you learn the muscle memory of the old way of doing it, essentially. So there's that. Rodado is immense. Lelyveld. Oh yeah, sorry, my apologies. I don't know why I would say Lelyveld, because, yeah, it's Lelyveld because it's only one E. I'm usually quite good with Dutch pronunciations as well, to a point. With the vowels. It's the Dutch double vowels I'm usually alright with, but he hasn't got them, and that's why it threw me, I suspect. Thank you for that, though. Oh. Yeah, I've heard some stuff that you guys have noticed. You guys have been saying this in the Discord. We haven't got to that point yet, where players are complaining because of you loaning people out, which definitely didn't seem like an issue in 24. So that's new. Oh, did I make... I hope we got our loanees on the bench. I think we do. Oh. Rodado. Yeah, how much did you get for him? That's good, actually, because I've got a couple of lookups, because after this game... we're going to do the VOD comments, because there's a couple of lookups in there as well that I want to do for the VODies. Shout out to you. I mean, we're playing Hrobry, but we've got a tough run of matches, essentially. And no matter what we do, it's going to be 800k. God. From what I've heard about you guys getting to the top flight, it's... Wow, their name is long. I'm going to call them Hrobry. That's the... Save some Polish letters for the rest of us, lads. Wait, are they even that good? Oh, I know these guys. These are the guys that score like 4 goals a game, don't they? Apparently, when you get to the top flight, you get quite a big boon in money because of the TV revenue for the top flight in Poland. That's what Hadrian's told me. So we should be okay, provided we don't overdo it. Oh, look at Vida in his really wet tracksuit. Lad, wear a rain mac. Come on now, crazy boy. No, we'll ignore that for the time being. Feel that step up. That's good, though. That's what we want. I want to feel that step up. That's going to be sick. The fact that we didn't lose a single game last stream, we're obviously going to probably do that today because I'm on key highlights again now. So if we're seeing a highlight, the likelihood is it's actually something good happening, or bad potentially. Oh, this is nice from Rodado. Come on. Early goal would be beautiful. Oh, that's a lovely ball inside. Go on, lad. You've got bodies. Oh, where's James? Oh, it's already 1-0, and it's the wing back. It's like Joe Bryan. Jakub Krzyżanowski, the Polish Joe Bryan. That's fantastic. Already have the lead. We've scored that goal a couple of times, actually, where the striker makes the run into the channel. The wingback cuts inside and essentially takes his place in the middle. That's like a really advanced version of some of the positional play we would have seen in previous games. Is that through the keeper's legs as well? Oh, it is. Lovely. But so names, you have Polish names? Pretty much. I've basically taken to, when I'm writing my stream diary, writing phonetic pronunciations of Polish names and teams in my diary for it. So that way when it comes to the recap video, I can try to do a better job. So obviously I'll still do a terrible job, but I reckon I'm getting slightly closer. Because some of these are actually ridiculously tough to say for an English speaker, because they have too many of the different characters next to each other. So like with teams like Śląsk, Wrocław, that's fairly easy, I would say, for me to say. Polonia Butum, I think it's Beatum. I haven't actually got those. So that's just Rook. Horzov? These guys, for example. Apparently, and I believe this is correct, but again, Polish people correct me. I believe this is pronounced Pucha Niepomice. Or as close to that as I'm going to probably likely get.
That's a fun fact.
Yeah.
Staum,
Mielec. We've got these guys here, which I think is Vichista, potentially. And I think that was the really tough one for me was these guys here. Puszcza. Yeah. Puszcza Niepomice. That was the really tough one. And I'm never going to get super close to that, but I'm doing my best with that one. Hello, Pog. Chat were really nice to me, and it's almost kind of a good thing you weren't here.
Why?
Because chat were really nice to me.
Why? Level 12?
Yes.
100...
Yes.
Why?
Yeah. Oh, it's nearly 2-0 as well. Hopefully they never get promoted.
Nice.
It is. That's what I was telling them. They were being too nice. Why not? I can think of loads of reasons personally, but that's just me. There you go. Thank you, Ginger, for remembering from last stream as well.
What?
I was saying that you were doubting yourself, and I hated to hear it. Because, not hate to hear it, like, I did hate to hear it, but not because it was, like, annoying me, but because I hate to hear you talk about yourself like that, the way you have been over a little while. And, like, you're smashing it at the gym. When? Don't act all coy. You do this all the time. Oh, James, surely. Oh, that was a great chance, by the way. That was a lovely bit of passage of play. Yeah, just, like, you're killing it at the gym. You seem really happy when you come back from the gym. That's awesome. I'm just really happy that you found that thing, you know? Mr. Naked Stream, true, yeah, I was doing that too.
Nice.
Sounds great. Did it actually, Tom? I know that you are, like,
It's
probably my
good,
harshest critic
you
on Polish
came in
pronunciation, so
summer.
if you say that was
In
close,
winter,
I'll take it.
It can get very depressing.
Right, bye.
Bye, Pog. No, I basically just started looking everything up as detailed as I could, listening to people say it, and then writing down the English sort of phonetic version, not like the IPA version, just like the phonetic-y version. Oh, yeah, come on! James is in there. You'll love to see it. Budani and GM4Real4, thank you very much for the follows, and the boy. Sorry, T-Boy, rather. The boy? I suppose I could call you the boy. Thank you so much for the 22 months on top of that as well. You love to see it. Hammers is just the best, isn't he? We get into this position quite a lot. Is this an assist for Krzyzanowski as well? Oh, they've got to be doing better than that. There was a VOD comment, which we'll come to in a bit as well, about how a lot of the reason this team might be playing quite poorly and missing these chances is just because of some of the players we've got aren't really up to the style of play yet. And I agree. Like, I really agree. Work for Greenish too. I probably would, honestly. But I think that, frankly, so far I'm doing a pretty okay job. Now it's Rodado off the post! Oh my goodness. Wow, I wasn't expecting us to come in as good as this. I will still end up giving some of these teams silly and fun names as well. Like, the amount of times I've nearly called these guys Glasgow is a lot. But thankfully, I never said it out loud yet. Or is that a big biscuit, man? It's true. Today is the last big biscuit stream as well. So you got 3 chances to win some bickies today. How many friendlies did we play? We played all the ones that were scheduled. So I think maybe 7 or 8 perhaps. Oh, that was a big chance as well. Vida's coaching the wingback. That's a good point, actually. I hadn't even considered that, but you're right. Vida was a wingback, so it makes sense that he would play a wingbacky style system, wouldn't it? 2.31 XG in half an hour and 81% possession. We are this is our best performance so far. It takes time. Yeah, I think we have to get into the mindset of, like, Outcast to Icons, which is perfect considering that's nearly what I called the save at the start of stream today. It took a while for those systems to bed in, and we went through some rough patches with that team while things were bedding in. Duda's, oh Christ, I was literally going to take Duda out of the team before the match, and I forgot. So if we get through to half time at 2-0 and cruising, I'm going to get Duda off and probably Božić as well, because they're both apparently injured. Files in games or editor data. So it goes in editor data. All the files you want, whether you want just the Polish stuff, Polish men and women's, or the Polish men and women's with the Patreon thing, they all go in the editor data file. Then when you go to advanced setup, it's really hidden. I might even need to try and get someone to get a screenshot for me. There's a little box in the top right that says Foot Manager 26. You click that and it will allow it, but it's really not obvious that it's even a clickable thing. Have the sponsor. Yeah, I think it's a cool outreach that they're doing, Crazy Brit. They're obviously... I think it's cool that the company have gone, hey, we want to target specifically this niche. And I'm very, very grateful that I was even included in that, frankly, when you consider some of the people that got these sponsorships. The fact that they even considered me as well was like, oh, that's really, really nice of them. Ticked as default. Oh, it could be, you're right, yeah. Ball spin about... I was discussing this on the podcast the other night, and it reminds me of, you know when they draw the lottery out and there's all the balls banging around? It looks a bit like a lottery machine. Guard of Honor. Yes, they did do that in past FMs as well, but you had a really specific... So you had to win it, I think, with a game to spare or something. Because we had that happen to us when we won the title in Wales last year, and then we actually played our last game of the season against the team that we beat to the title, and they had to give us a Guard of Honor. It was very satisfying, as you can probably imagine. Jack, so I know Ben has one as well, and so does Kev, because I was talking to him the other night. So I know that Ben and Kev have them as well. It's just really cool that they've come in with this kind of budget and said, hey, let's actually smash this. There have been a lot of I have had companies reach out to me because of the launch, I think. Like, for example, Mitre is sending me a ball, which is kind of sick. It's like an FM ball. It hasn't come yet because they've had to delay the launch of it, but they're sending me that to me, which I think is really, really cool as well, just to have that on the shelf. Mr. Grizz, thank you very much for the follow. I think it does it automatically, Paul. Or I actually don't know. I tend not to... I literally just set a random number on it every couple of weeks and wherever we were. Apparently... Well, that's actually funny you say that, because... Do I do VOD comments at half time? That'd be the most me thing ever. Tactical Keith, thank you for the 10 months.
I do not come on Twitch apart from to give my Twitch Prime to top content creators. Appreciate you.
That's super kind of you, man. Is this it? Right, yes. Oh, look at that. It's highlighted and everything. That's super kind of you, Keith. Thank you so much for doing that. So yeah, it's on this screen here. So when you get to this bit, you click this bit up here. It does actually say database. I think at one point it didn't. Click that and it'll allow you to insert them here. But that's where you put them. Eat biscuits. We don't know. Potentially. I mean, I'm a huge biscuit eater. Like, hence why I jumped at the chance of this. Right. Happy with the number of shots on target. No, I'm just happy. Where's the we're amazing? There we go. Right. Okay, 1 second, chat. Because we've got a couple of things to catch up on. Speaking of, this is what's triggered this about. You can actually get them in the States. According to Pet Boy, you can in fact get these biscuits in the States. $14 in the US. 3 packs of 10. Oh, wow. That's actually, wow, hang on. 3 packs of 10. So that's the equivalent of 6 UK packs. That's not actually that bad. It's a little inflated, but that's still pretty good actually if you're importing them, to be fair. Unless there's a biscuit import tax I'm not aware of. So shout out to you for that. We also, that's a lookup I will remind myself to do after the match, because I don't know who Nacho Gatto is, but I really do want to see. Oh wait, is that your regen, JCM? Because if so, I'll absolutely show your regen for sure. I did, in fact, forget to swap Duda and James out of matches. I did that before stream today, so we should now have that situation sorted in the back of the tactic as well, which is awesome. I still couldn't, Jinjo. I had a look in town yesterday, still couldn't see them. I looked in shops I hadn't even looked in before, outside of Sainsbury's as well, still couldn't find them. And it's very typical that I would bugger up the intro as well. Cheers, Paul. I'm blaming you for that. Financially stable. This isn't something I'm particularly good at this stage, but I reckon some of chat might have some answers for this one, for Dan here, because can I blow this up a bit more? Yes, I can. Nice. The crucial thing with building a nation saves is to make sure that these loan farm players are not on huge contracts. You need to be keeping their wage impact on you relatively low. So, for example, when I had a £5 million a week wage budget at Sirens, 20% of that was being used on 200 loan players, which is, they want to be on the smallest contracts you can, national cap clause at the wazoos, all of that. Ignored me. You just can't get the streamers these days. I'll be having words with Mr. The Space about that. I mean, even when the sponsorship's over, I'm still going to keep trying to find them, basically. But yeah, haven't run into the, what was it? Yes, so this was the comment. This was Mark talking about our system, how he reckons, and I agree, that when we get to a stage where we've got some slightly better players that are more specifically suited for the roles we want them to play, I reckon, and so does he, that we'll start to steamroll some things. And I'm quite excited about that because I really like the style of football we're playing at the moment. I think it's kind of cool to watch that coming out there. In addition, with the no ginger and cinnamon as well. I'm just not a big fan of either of those two things. I'll accept cinnamon sugar only on churros. That's about as far as I draw the line. And that concludes today's VOD comments. Of course, if you want to be in the next one, drop a comment on the VOD. Say I look beautiful. Don't say that. I won't include it. Say Pog looks beautiful. I'll include it. Right, back to the second half. On console, yeah. I've heard some... I saw Robbo talking about the console version the other day. It's apparently not in a great state still. Hello, John. Is there no cap clauses? Subs, shit. Thank you. Wait, hang on. We got an extra injury? Okay, this is not great. Thank God we got, No, thank God we got him. Didn't look his name up, unfortunately. We get Ertl Taylor in for you, and then we'll obviously get... Oh no, could we bring in... let's try Niziowek. Instead of... although Nikaj has done well off the bench, I want to see what our loanee's like. Now that we're 2 goals to the good, we might as well give it a go. Get the fraud out the way. First big one off the launch. Yes, so there was an update last Wednesday. In fact, there was an update the Wednesday after launch, so like the day after. Then there was an update last Wednesday, and that seems to be the pattern now, I'm suspecting. So my guess is there'll be an update this Wednesday too. And I'm pretty certain from the stuff I've seen, like I've seen actual codes associated with things now, that we're going to get the coefficients, I would say 99.9% fixed. As in, sorry, not 99.9% fixed. The chances of it being fixed completely are about 99.9%. I genuinely think this is the week it kicks off. What I'll do is I'll probably make a little video on YouTube to talk about that stuff. That way people know that they can start the building a nation saves, because I promised I would do. Exclusive from contracts after... Really? Oh yeah, you can. I just can't remember how you do it. Because I've been caught with that a few times in contract. Now, in fairness, I didn't used to do remove and exclude that often in 24 and whatnot. Because I was lazy. What was he doing? But it would be nice to know how to exactly... Oh, you can't. No, I think you can. I think it's just hidden somewhere. I swear there's an option that does that. Oh, go on. Okay, one of you please shoot. Yeah, it is in there. I just don't know exactly where. They need to make sure the women's coefficient is viewable, for sure. Because it clearly exists, otherwise the game wouldn't know what to do, right? And that's the other thing. With all these scouting things I've figured out, as far as I can tell, there's no reason why they won't work in the women's side of the game as well, because it probably uses the exact same mechanics. There'd be no reason for it to be any different, I wouldn't have thought. The only thing that's going to be different is like the contracts and transfer fees attached to them. The wage demands, I believe those are also one of the crucial things in next week's update. You remember it's good. You can. Okay, awesome. Hold on to that thought, because I want to have a look after we get out of this game to show exactly how to do that, because I want to learn myself and also show people that don't know. Players asking for new contracts. We did have a lot of that with Slavia as we got into the season. I suspect that won't be quite so prevalent here just because of the... Actually, it might be even worse. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Please don't bring him down. Just let him shoot. That's a nice, easy one. Percentage of sale ones, they grey out once you remove... Really? Ooh. Could be from anyone. Yes, so I've just realised someone asked, like, what happens if we have more subs than viewers at that point? So basically what happens is, say there's a hype train or whatever, like the one we had this morning in the intro. Once again, thank you for that. And it will start allocating them based on, like, a system of, like, checks. So it's things like viewers that aren't in chat right now but are, like, regular chatters and things like that. I believe, anyway. And then it slowly works its way down a list. And sometimes it does just seem to hand them out randomly. Because I sometimes get gifted subs to channels that I've never interacted with in any way and aren't in our niche whatsoever. I wonder if it's partly just because of my name. And in the same way that, you know how Bagp was gifted a sub to Fiscal Responsibility earlier? I do wonder if just the name of my channel makes it slightly more in the viewfinder for random meme subs for whatever reason. Even outside of, like, football-related stuff. I don't know. Because it is odd sometimes the random gifted subs I end up with. Cost of scouting packages. Oh, that's another thing. That's a good point, actually. Are they the same as the men's, then? The game will tell you that a player will cost X amount to scout. And even when you try to scout them, if they're within your scouting package, it will still, with the pop-up initially, say, are you sure it wants to cost this amount? Don't worry about that. It's a glitch. Ignore it. As long as the player is in your scouting range, it will not take money from your scouting budget to do it. But it's scary for a new player if that pops up, because it would definitely put you off, I would have thought. But you're pretty much safe to just go, don't show this again, and get rid of it. Okay, 2-0 in the end. Second half obviously tailed off a little bit, which is absolutely fine. Niziowek didn't do a very good job. Ertl Taylor did okay, though. As did... no, they were kind of just holding the fort down. Krzyzanowski, though. Goal and an assist. Amazing. Prioritising bots. Did it? I don't know. Jinjo, thoughts? The glitching head. Which glitching head? Show me the glitching head. This is when my head is glitching. After all the first. This is very true. First YellowCard is out there hoovering up gifted subs to other channels. Normally priorities people with shorter sub records. Really? Oh, was it done in a way that's maybe like you're not a long-term sub to that channel? And so they go, oh, this first-time sub might make you want to watch, maybe. It's some weird, like, background algorithmic thing, perhaps. Odd one. Yours are glitching. It's because it's too big. Don't know what to tell you. I diagnose you. Okay. Wait. Oh, my God. That was so good as well. That's probably armor. Oh, hello. You gave a player under the age of 23 their league debut. I love that it's called one of our own when it's a lone player from Legia. That achievement should very much be called one of their own. Also, good news. We're fourth in the league. And, damn, Wodger just running away with it. I truly think that one of those two is going to fall off. Probably Watch, not Schlonsk. But still, that's tremendous. We're catching. It's a fair response, Basil. I wouldn't trust mine either. That's why I was so keen to get an official diagnosis. Right. Okay, wow, actually, oh, that's great. Okay, we are officially now in the playoff spots. None of the teams with the game in hand on us, not that they would be doing much anyway, can overtake us. So in the last 6 games, we've gone from relegation zone to playoff spots. Still only 9 points clear of the rele zone, in fact, but that's much more like it. And now, we're only a few points. I mean, this is where we just go and win the league. It was a wobble, but was it really a wobble? It was only, like, what, 4 matches? Slow start, that's all. Damn, okay. Form season backwards. Oh, is it? Hang on. I'm getting better at navigating the game, which is helpful. You're right, it is. It's weird. I actually feel weirdly more comfortable with it like that for some reason. I feel like having the most recent one on the left actually makes my brain go, yeah, I understand that. That's probably why I didn't even notice it, to be fair. There's a lot of dreadful form. Premier League comes in Europe. Right, so that's a good point, Mislav. I realised I'd not focused on that at all. You could tell that I've been slow playing this first season a little bit as well, just because I wanted to make sure that we didn't lose too many early years to coefficient issues. Well, what I would say is if it does get fixed on Wednesday, that really just means that it's today and Tuesday, so we can go full pace now if we want, which is awesome. It definitely wasn't me flailing around trying to learn the tactics. Okay, let's have a look. What do you reckon the best... I honestly thought that as well, Ginger, but then I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Logic took over my brain. Old Matt would have been like, Premier League, what are you chatting about? Then some of this. And I guess the question is, what's the best way about going and doing this? I guess, since we can't bookmark Champions League or Europa League, and going to them in here is an absolute ball ache, it's probably just quicker to type it, isn't it? Just type in Europa and get to it like that. Genuinely, I can't think of any other faster way to do it. So, firstly, are they in here? Can we filter by nation? Of course not. Can you filter the screen by anything other than... Oh, you can. Just not nation. Okay. Okay. Sure. Do we get anyone in the Conference League group for a start? That's... Oh, hang on. There they are. So, yeah. We've got Lech Poznan and Legia Warszawa. Teams should show all. You're right. It should, shouldn't it? Also, the team screen here is really good for... Does it do the... Please let me at least filter it. No. It's just in... Is this in alphabetical order? It won't let you filter. This screen actually might be the... Wow. This could be... What order is this screen even in? Because they're in order, but they're not alphabetically. It's sort of... Wow. Okay. Let's pretend we didn't see that. It could be sort of by rep, but it's like some teams are clustered together by division and some aren't. It must be sorted by rep. It's just... It's probably sorted by... Oh, no. Yeah, disorder in a way is an order, I guess, in the sense that chaos could also be order. It's pretty, but it's pretty useless. Regardless, let's just try and see if we can find them in here. So, it could be, yeah. Point being, we'll figure out a way to do this quicker. This is my first attempt at this, to be fair. So, yeah, Lech Poznan and Legia, are both in the Conference League, which actually is probably not the worst thing in the world. But that does indicate to me... There must be a way for us to isolate the teams that were in Europe in some manner and then try to track them down, because otherwise we'd have to look through all the qualifiers because we don't know which ones these started in. I think the quickest way, honestly, would be to know which teams are in Europe and just go to their schedule pages. Which I presumably I could do like this. Or is that not going to work either because of the way that FM handles fixture schedules? Because you can't filter these. Or can you? Oh. Yeah, we'll have to try and think. It's easier for like every season after that because we'll have seen them. So yeah, they were in the Champions League, got past Podgorica, then they got past... Oh no, they lost to Kairat. So then they went to the Europa League, lost to Maccabi Tel Aviv, and then dropped into the group stage. Okay, so we know what happened to Lech Poznan. No indicator. I simply don't know. It's last year's league tables. You can see last year's league tables, but not for leagues that happened before the start of the save. It doesn't have the historic tables. I don't believe FM ever has, and I think that's down to licenses. Lovely. Was it really only 4 teams? God, I got so used to being like... So Legia obviously would be in there. So we know what happened to them. I want to see how they got to that stage. So they were in the Europa League. They beat Ilves. Nice to see. Beat Pristina on penalties. Wow, that's a bit iffy. And then last round lost to PAOK. Fair enough. And, then they had a playoff round where they only just narrowly beat Vardar Skopje. Christ on a bike. And then it was Rakov, our old enemies from before. I think there is, Thomas, but it doesn't tell you who it is. I think it just tells you the number, unfortunately. Size of the draws we were thinking of getting. Poggy needs to be more specific. Which ones were you referring to? Oh, 32 waste, if that helps. No, I'm not. So they beat Silkeborg and then lost to Sparta Prague. Oofy. Okay. I'm already finding a new enemy there. I knew I chose Slavia. The ones from IKEA. Oh, God. I don't know, Pogs. I genuinely have no idea. Wasn't it the Klepstad ones? I'd have to find out. But if you mean the measurements, I've got them on my phone for like what the spaces need, but it's not the size of the drawers. Yeah, she's already like, I'm getting them drawers. We do need to. We need to sort out the other side of this room so Pog can finally have her desk and her work computer in here. Because at the moment it's just close rails. So they beat FK Sarajevo. Nice win, actually. Then they lost to Larnakas. So that would only been like the, what? It's annoying it doesn't even tell you what round it is. Just tell me something, bro. Probably does if I click the game, except I can't click the game. Which is odd. Wait, can I really not click the game? Let me just check detail level one second, because I know that was an issue in the past, wasn't it? It was Europe Men. That's what it is. Right. There we go. That's what's done it. Always quite an important thing to have. I suspect it was probably the third round, but it's just nice if it would tell you that. But yeah, we didn't have the detail turned up, so it was doing like the... Wow, they got really unlucky in that game. That will probably help us later down the line to actually get that stuff sorted. Might have to mention that in the updated Building a Nation video, actually, because I had completely forgotten about the detail level stuff. It kind of works and... It goes in your favour and out of your favour at the same time. Sometimes it like makes sense to not have it be quite as detailed, because you sometimes get a bit of luck with it. But later in the save, you probably want it to be a bit more detailed in a way. Right, who are we looking at? Nacho Gatto, right. Oh, just minimise that. It should cut down on the rep rolling. I mean, maybe we don't need to this season. Not NATO. NATO Gatto. It's an incredibly diplomatic cake. Nacho Gatto. Am I spelling this wrong? I might be. Nacho Gatto. I don't know who... Maybe this isn't a Patreon regen. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm spelling it wrong? Rachel Daddy, I don't know. I do like the fact that I can just type that in and it'll actually show us all of them. Just make sure there's... Maybe I've spelt it wrong? I genuinely don't know. It does by first name, of course it does. Because why would you want to search by surname? I honestly don't know. So forgive me on that one. I'm not entirely sure what we're looking up with that. It might just be like a regen name, potentially, and not a Patreon regen, in fairness. You'll also note there's a few little extra ones in there, like Patreon, which is one of the ones that Hadrian used to test it. And there's also a lady version. There we go, Patreona as well, at Tenerife Women. It's so nice being able to just type that in, though, and have them all isolate, rather than having all the face and the game players in there, too. What does loan you Faberski? They probably aren't going to loan me anybody in late September, unfortunately. Not that we really need him at this point. Like, I'm content with the way we're playing currently. What I am going to... Oh, and you know we said that thing about how it doesn't notify you about requirements if they're met using the recruitment thingy? It actually does. But it's weirdly inconsistent with how it does it. So you notice that I've not been notified of any, but I bet you there's some in there potentially. Let's have a look. 71. I find that it takes about 3 days to fully come through. But once again, see, I reckon left wing backs and right wing backs and just fullbacks in general are weirdly low on the requirements thingy. It always seems to have way less of them than it does every other position on the pitch for some reason, and I don't know why. All of my tests, there was always like, sometimes none, sometimes like 1 or 2, where the other positions would have like 5 to 10. And I mean that both for wing backs and for left and right backs, and I don't know why that is, because there should be just as many of those in the save as normal, which is very strange. This should sim better now, yeah. We'll get better results. I mean, not that it matters, although it might help them in the group stages, potentially. They're going to need it. Not that we can see their coefficient over the course of the year anyway, but does that actually show it properly? It's probably easier for me to just type in Europe, isn't it, and then go like that than actually doing... It's bad when it's easier for me to type it than it is to use the system they've put in place. That kind of sucks. Let's just see, because we're 15th, aren't we? So actually, it's more broken than I thought it was. It says 0 out of 4. I didn't realise that bit was broken too. Interesting. I suspect the reason is because the bug is caused by teams losing the second leg but qualifying. So I suspect that what happened is both of them probably lost their second legs or something, and as a result the game goes, well, they're both out, clearly. And thus they would have lost some coefficient points for that, unfortunately. Is the system put in place? Yeah, I mean, the typing system was clearly there for that, but like... The old system was faster. The typing system is faster than the new system that they've brought in after that. Basically, all of this could be not... Oh, there we go. Requirements recommendations. So you can get them. They just don't always come through. Wow, he's actually quite good. Probably, I mean, he's very good. But I'm assuming he plays for someone really good as well. Oh, he's a goalie. Okay. Yerka. Wanted by GKS. Okay. He's in their second team. For a second team goalkeeper, he's actually got pretty good CA. That's the other thing, Rocket Dan. Once you've gone like 2 or 3 days into the requirement, you could leave that requirement sat there like that for another month and not a single new player will be added to it. Once you've got the initial list after like let's say 5 days at most, If you want any new players, you'll have to remove it and add it back in again, and it will create a new one, which will then populate with a lot of the same players in my test, but also a good amount of new players. There's a decent amount of crossover, but it's not like complete crossover, because I was worried it was going to bring you the same thing. But yeah, in my tests, basically, I got one of these reports done like that. It got me 151 players, and then I simmed like a month and a half, and it was the exact same players were still on the list. I think a couple had actually been removed because they'd either made moves or something like that. So yeah, I also found that it's the lone players it suggests are not as they're not as likely to be the kind of guys that are going to drop their demands on the final day of the window for some reason. They're still slightly better, but not as good as they were. Also, I found a cool thing to do with free agent signings that is probably going to be very helpful to some of you. So, let me just do this lookup as well. My apologies, Lucas. Took me a little minute there. That is not even close to how you spell this lad's name. What am I doing? Amara Jiv. Oh, Generation Foot. Wait, didn't we sign this guy on a previous save? No, we can't have done. He's only 17. There was a guy that we signed from Generation Foot on a previous save. I think he was a left back. It was in die. He was goated. So basically, you know how that thing we did on Outcast to Icons where we would go into the released players list for like the Premier League clubs and then trial people? That list does exist, but you can't select multiple players on it. What you can, however, do is isolate those exact same players on a database screen and do the exact same thing from there. However, there is a little trick to it. You want to be doing it before the players' contracts actually expire. So I feel like if their contracts are expiring on like the 30th of June, do the trial offers for them while they're still at their previous clubs on like the, 27th, 28th of June. Then wait until their contracts expire with their parent club, so they're now just on trial with you. This basically stops other teams from coming in and immediately offer them contracts. They will still do it, but nowhere near as much. At that point, they'll be willing to accept way less wages. I noticed anything from a 70 to a 45% wage reduction from before and after the contract had expired, which I think is really crucial. But then by trialing them through that point, you then dissuade some other clubs from putting bids on them, because it is really, really fruitful though. New England Patriots, thank you for the 35 months, my friend. I'm giving away all the secrets of this video, but to be honest, I don't even care. It's good stuff. And yeah, I think he was. Are they the guys with the green and red badge? Because I definitely do remember that. Recruitment advice. Well, I didn't even look at the recruitment focus, did I? Shit. Hang on. We'll have loads of in progresses. Oh, no, we won't. Wait, hang on. In progress. Did he just do one of those lovely meetings to tell me that there was nothing to tell me? Ongoing? What do you mean ongoing? There aren't any ongoing. They're completed. I cancelled them. Damn it. Okay, weird. Regardless, we'll go to like the start of the next game, and at that point, oh, it's Kimmy Merck. Apparently, he did some really good stuff for some of you on loan, or not on loan, sorry, just as a signing. It's a shame we can't actually afford to sign him. To be fair, always crumble. Really? What season are you in, Smokeberries? Because I haven't noticed that. I mean, obviously, I haven't actually gone past the first season in any save yet. To be fair, when they fix the game, well, I mean, like the updated scouting video. Well, the scouting video is going to be coming out in like probably Tuesday. What I've done in it basically is explain what currently happens and what should happen, then try to go around both. That way, you kind of get the best of both worlds for it. And I'll update the Building a Nation one once they fix the coefficient, because that's actually the only thing that's broken in terms of Building a Nation stuff is the coefficient thingy right now. And once they fix that, you'll be kind of good to go. And I've kind of learned a couple new things in the meantime. Madawaki on 700, that might be it actually. It could be because of the wages. Really, Scarlet? Because what I noticed is that it does seem to take 4 weeks for your scouts, at least, or the coaches, to have a better knowledge before you could get most of their attributes in 3. Seems like it does seem to take 4 now, which I guess kind of makes sense given that it's the point of having a 4-week trial, right? Language courses. I will not be doing that currently. Oh, should I? Because these cost like quite a lot of money, don't they? I like the part where the game doesn't actually tell you how much these cost, but I believe they cost £26,000. And you know the issues we got into in Malta? Yeah, in League One, that'll definitely do it. So much easier. I've heard it's kind of both, Wassa. Like, I've heard that you actually can get loans easier. I reckon the reason it's easier is because I think they have genuinely improved the AI squad building stuff in the background. Now, whether that means you can stack them in quite the way we'd like to, maybe not. But it might also mean that they're better at squad building, so you may not need to. Kind of covers both of them. The Duolingo Allow will be after me, yeah. What I will do is praise this form, though, because look at this. He's got 6 in 5 and an assist. He's been absolutely immense lately. I don't want him to be too immense, otherwise he'll last for another contract. Actually, I don't think that's even possible. Thankfully, he's the one player in the team that I can afford to have play insanely well because he literally can't ask for a new contract. He's got a 5-year deal already. Grujic has been really good as well, actually. Oh, wow, okay. You don't think 7.2 over 5 games for a centre-back is bad? Okay. Or is good, rather. Hello, Paul. Oh, you're right. It's the perfect time. Welcome in, everybody. Which means... Where's me button? Boom. Thank you to Bolson for sponsoring the rest of the next 3 hours of today's stream. You can get your pickups at Sainsbury's for £1.25 using NectarCard, and they are genuinely delicious. But you'll have a chance to win some biscuits later in today's stream. But for now, thank you to Bolson, and we'll get back to the regularly scheduled programming. Start buying all the players at trial alone. That's even better. I say even better. There's downsides to it as well, because if they have the player, it means they could potentially sell them if they get really good, which could kind of work, but at the same time, it also means that you have no control over their contracts. So, bugger. Yeah, we'll leave to physio. We do at least have a player who can play that role, so it's not the end of the world. Because badges. They're already in the game, right? As far as I know. I mean, the top flight obviously were because they were licensed, but the second tier isn't. But I did get a special Polish lower league badge pack that was sent to me to sort of fill some of the gaps that might have been left by the TCM one. I don't know if there actually was. From your hometown club? No way. Wait, which guy did I sign? Which one was he? Oh, was it the wingback? That's the only Dutch player we have, I think. A 20-point season? No way. That's insane. Fair play. More profit from them. Yeah, it's one of those things that also makes it feel more realistic and organic, I would say. Grujic. Oh, was Grujic? Isn't Grujic Austrian? Maybe. I don't know. NectarCard again. £1.25 with the NectarCard. It's very good times. So yeah, wow, okay. Gonna be well cast. There seems to be a lot of like crazy good talent. I saw a clip on Instagram yesterday of Kuziemka just doing bits again. I really hope that he can flourish in the role that we're going to get him to play, because he's like not the guy you build a team around, but I don't know what his PA is. He might have one of the randomized ones, but I'm excited about bringing those guys through. I'm really excited more than anything though about the first year's youth intake, because I've seen some of the intakes that you lot have had this first year. I don't think I've seen a single one of you not get at least 3 5-star rated players. Now, obviously, at this level, that doesn't mean a lot, but I think one of you, I think it might have been Chaser. I think this last stream, I think, got like a 3-star CA dude. Now, that would be very nice, because then that would just fulfill that requirement straight off the bat. You had 2. That's still pretty good. Now, because I'm the streamer, that means, of course, I'll get none, but that's how it goes, right? Begel Markov, thank you for the follow. So this is Nicholas Kalukian of Urartu. Why do I recognize that name? That did feel Armenian. Cool badge, though. Take. Okay, maybe I was just seeing the good stuff. It's like that logic on Instagram. It's like people are only showing their highlights. People aren't showing me their bad youth intakes. Fortuna to break the 15 Champions League records. Hey, fair enough, right? I think that when you're managing your hometown club, there's that extra, like, draw, right? Get the right back. As a right wing back. Didn't he just not have the tackling when we tried it? I mean, to be fair, Lelyveld just kind of is so good, even though he's not got the speed. This is the thing. Imagine when we get players that actually suit these roles. Then we'll be chefing. We will be chefing. This guy's good. 6'1", got a bit of pace. I mean, what is his pace? Because 10 to 18 is a huge range. That's fair enough, Renzo, right? Not every save is for every person. I think the crucial thing about FM in general is finding that save that gets you interested. Like, I was enjoying Slavia, but it wasn't like, I wasn't super invested in it. I was really excited to get to this save so I could be like, hey, I'm signing this guy and he's 17. He's going to be part of this story for 10 years, if not more, right? I want to find the Vidazinias, the Montiels, those types of players, the Palacioses, the Gonzalo Reynoso type of players. And at least we'll be able to do that because he's actually playing a striker this time. So this is Marian Huya, who is wow, he's actually quite good. He's not on a huge amount of money, actually, considering this is Pogon. He's won it on loan by Vidjev. Wait, hang on, that's a different team, isn't it? I thought it was the team that was in our league, Wodge. Nice. Robin Wood, thank you for the 30... Wait, that's 50 months. My Christ. Thank you, friend. That's super nice of you. Hope you're having a lovely Sunday morning. And, of course, Sven become the greatest coach of all time. Agreed. Which, speaking of, I don't know how many league games there are for the Wisła ladies. But We can find out easily enough. Well, I think they've played another game. Oh, no, they've literally only played one game so far, I think, and it was that. Oh, no, they're 3 games in. Second in the... Wow. 3 wins out of 3 for Sven's ladies. No goals conceded. Jesus. Okay, Sven. I guess it's because he can tutor the goalies, right? 125 years old. That's cool. I do love a good football club centenary. Or like, I guess that would be the... What's the name for that? Fulham had one of these a few years... quite a few years ago. I have the shirt from that year. Sven is cooking. The milk chocolate hazelnut. I don't believe there are a milk chocolate hazelnut variety. Not at least in the UK currently. The 4 different flavours you can get of pickups. You got your chocolate, your choco milk, which I still think is my favourite so far, dark chocolate, and of course the ever elusive salted caramel. But as far as I know, those are the only flavours I can currently have access to. The fact that you're teasing me with new flavours makes this even worse. Best try to like... Yes, we do. Now the best day to do loan extensions is the 1st of June, because midnight 1st of June is the earliest that you're allowed to propose a loan extension. And my experience from testing this is the sooner you do it, the more likely they are to accept. And because the 2-year loan thing seems to happen on the 1st of June as well, the game will tell you that it's not happening. It will specifically say we're in 2025 and I was extending a loan, it would say 2026 for the end of the loan. When the loan goes through, as long as it says end of next season in the box, the loan will be a 2-year loan. So it does still work on the 1st of June. In my tests with the Sirens, albeit imported save, if you did it on the 1st of June, it was about 98%. And the only players that really turned it down were players that were injured or hadn't really played at all. I say players that turned it down. The clubs turned them down. So there's that. That was the best date to do it. I can't actually have any kind of effect on Sven's contract, because remember, I'm only managing Wisła. He's actually in the... Sven has the same level of seniority as I do, essentially. So I don't actually control Sven's contract because they're essentially a separate club that just happen to be affiliated with us. Outloaning tips. It really is just a case of making sure that you've got your responsibilities allocated properly. So when you offer them out, it is actually offering them in the right way. And then it's just trial and error. Just continuing to just do it and do it and do it until you eventually start getting there. It can be a bit tedious at first, but you'll get there. So yeah, Sven could... For all we know, Sven could end up being a Real Madrid manager one day. And end up managing against us. There's every chance. No, so if a player retires, when we say regen is a holdover from when that was actually a thing. The game would prefer you to call them new gens these days. I won't, because I'm stubborn like that. And this is a regen household. But they don't actually regenerate. They essentially just retire, and then you get their stats page, and that's about it. And then the game is just generating new players to fill the gaps, basically. It's not like on... Was it the old FIFA games? I think presumably then the old FM games as well, that was also the case. So let's have a look at the transfer in now, because it said, what was it, 70 something before? Yeah, so it was actually maxed out at that point as well. You got the salted caramel. Oh, fucking hell, man. I might... If I didn't have to do all that video work tomorrow... Oh, I've got to do the big shop tomorrow. Could swing by. See if I can find any. Yeah, I think they all did it. I think it was just a way to code them so they didn't have to do all the back end stuff. Work permits. Oh, I don't know. I haven't tried to get a work permit for a player in a very, very long time, because I haven't managed in a league that actually requires them since probably Bolton, I guess. Right, so these are what we've been offered. Now, all of these players will be between the ages of 19 and 15, but most of them I would be willing to bet are 18 and 19. In fact, let's see if we can find anyone that isn't... is it in general info? Oh, wait, can you not filter this? Okay, cool. Yeah, they're all 18 or 19, as I expected. Right, let's do this. Right, cool. I still wish you could put these... You've got to be able to edit the columns, but that's a story for another day. So, wow. Hang on. I wish I would tell you what club they're at, because Cape Town City... We just wouldn't be getting offered a player from South Africa at 18 years old. We don't even have... We can't scout outside of Poland, but yet here's Cape Town City under-19s being like, you know, lads, would you like this fella? So we basically have no budget at all right now. Well, actually, that's not technically true. We have the smallest amount of budget, but it's actually... Hang on, let me just make sure we've got it all allocated where I want it. We've essentially got zero budget, like bang on zero pretty much, which means it's going to take us someone's going to have to leave in January, really, to enable us to actually do anything. What requirements? So all I did basically was I just set requirements for their in and out positions, but not the roles. I haven't dicked about with that yet. And then just an age profile. That's pretty much it. And in my experience, if you set that between 15 and 19, you will get players. Most of them are going to be 18 or 19. But, you know, There's this guy here. Oh, wait, that was the goalkeeper from before. Sometimes they will actually... Oh, that was the guy that they actually came to. So if they have this little purple thing here, this is what triggers the news article in your inbox. But there's still some other guys in here that are kind of intriguing. Like this guy, Bandama.
Cheers to 1 year in total. Something shameful. Something computer men.
Thank you for the 12 months, Chris. I hope you're having a lovely morning. Oh, that reminds me actually. 1 second, chat. Boom. Boom. Sick. Sorry, just make sure we had the pickup timer and stuff, everything on. Yeah. This guy's from RC Abidjan. I think that the transfer in thing is way better than the director of football thing from the past. Players like this. And this is first season as well. If we had any money, would he actually sign for us? He should, though, because he wouldn't appear in there, I don't think, unless he would. Let's see what he'd actually want. Like, I can't sign him yet, but you never know. Very keen. 1.3k a week to 1.7k a week. I mean, I tell you what, upon promotion, guys like Gilbert Bandam, this is going to be a really fruitful way of us doing those initial scout reports for the promotion season. Because, I mean, the amount it will cost us, I have no idea whatsoever. 50k and 500k, that could literally be any number between those two things. But the wages are cheap, and that's going to be crucial because it seems to be tough to find players with good wages these days. 3 determination, yeah, it means he's probably not got the best person. I mean, balanced. So it's not that great. I think, yeah. I mean, technically, I think he's now already on the shortlist, isn't he? Let's think about this. I'm being sensible now. I'm actually really glad I spent Friday doing all that recruitment tests because I think it's made me more interested in the recruitment side of the game. And I was really struggling to get my head around it from a kind of enjoyment standpoint. And now I'm understanding it more. It's making it way more fun. So let's do our Santa Baby list. By that, I mean a Christmas list. But technically, it's not going to be for Christmas. And thus, we must give it some other pithy name. Because I'm like that, you know. Have you heard that I'm quirky? Self-described, which means inevitably not. Can you actually... oh no, you can. The fact that you can do that directly from the side panel is actually kind of goated. I do like that. The wages are definitely a problem. But I think that's probably one of the other things that's likely to be fixed in that newer patch that's coming up. A couple more guys here. Belarusian 18-year-old. Like, I mean, you just don't get that from... the straight up scout report here. I do hate the fact that when you press back, it takes you to the other menu, though. That is a little annoying. Ali C of Generation Foot as well. Like, obviously, these guys will probably all be hoovered up by the time we even get to the end of the season. But for next season, run these exact same things again. I set those up in, like, I don't know, a minute to make all of those. There's actually quite a quick way of doing it. It'd be cool if you could just, like, restart them or whatever, but you can't. I think it's going to be great for finding loan farm players. Like, super, super good for loan farm guys. I'm feeling a lot of these guys are African-based. The other thing is as well, the players that show up in here will depend on the transfer preferences of the league you're managing in, from what I understand it. This is how Hadrian's explained it to me. So certain leagues will have certain transfer preference rules that they are like more likely to sign from, and it does seem that that affects this. Because Poland is set up to be completely like, they'll sign from anywhere, we're getting weird ones in here, essentially. Best way to scout. It's one of... I haven't done enough research in it to know if that's truly the case, but it does seem like a really good way of getting young players, especially. Because every single guy here, I know you can't see their ages, are all between the age of 17 and 19. Harry, thank you for the follow. I do want to have a look at this guy because he's got insanely high CA. Ooh, oh, he's a second. This guy's playing in Tunisia. Not even for... Holy shit. Ha! This guy's playing in Tunisia, but as far as I can tell, this isn't even... Or is it? Esperance. I don't recognise the badge. So they might not even be... Yeah, he's not got the stamina for it, believe me. This is why I think this will be better for finding regens. Like, the real players, it's going to be a little bit hit and miss. And what you're essentially relying on is a guy that's got, like, some of his positions to be... not positions. His attributes and stuff are randomizable to get a bit lucky on. But for the regens, tremendous. June 1st. June 1st at midnight, yes. So basically, what you do is, when it's midnight on June 1st... The first chance you get on June 1st, basically, nip to this screen, click it like that, and you'll get a little thing that says Propone Loads extension. Then a pop-up will come up, click Don't Show Again, and then you can literally go click, 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 click like this. It's way quicker. The screen is still shit, and it needs a lot of work visually, but the functionality is actually massively better. Way, way better. Transfer of loans. 2 young Norwegians. Yeah. It's honestly, if you are sat there and your game's open right now and you just want to have a look for some young players, literally do exactly what I've just done here. I'll guide you through it. Transfer in, create requirements, create the in and out of possession positions to be the same as your tactic, not the roles, just leave those blank, and then just set the ages between 15 and 19. That's it. Don't touch anything else, and then just create one for every single position in your tactic. Wait 3 days, and then have a look what comes through here. I guarantee you there'll be someone interesting in there, if not multiple players that are interesting. Now, where was this? You said it was a guy in here who was 17. The reason I'm interested is just because that means he's slightly younger, so there's more chance that he... Oh, yeah, you're right. Was it this guy? Oh, my God, his name is Luca Fantasia. He's a goalkeeper, annoyingly, but his name is Luca Fantasia. He was released by Lazio. We're definitely trialling him. Hello, Pog. You right? What's up? Oh, is it just the run by kissing? Yeah. Fair enough. I could get used to those. Yeah, I think the only thing that can make that screen... Like, it works really well, but one, it needs to not default to this when you press back, and two, you need to be able to edit these views. Because... Yeah, you just have to be able to edit these, because the fact is it won't even maintain the sorting order that you set when you switch the view, so you have to be able to edit these. But I'd say it's pretty good right now. I'm encouraged by it at the very least, which is exciting. And I mentioned this right up the front of today's stream, but basically when I was doing my scouting tests for the video I'm making about scouting on that thing, I found a player who was, I think it was actually 4.5-star PA from Vanuatu while managing the team that were the Polish champions by 15 points, to give you an idea of my squad level. At a Vanuatuan club, and he was 16. I've never seen a Vanuatuan wonder kid before. It's the sort of thing that if I didn't literally have it on video, no one would believe that I even done it. Right. Who's playing? It's going to have to be... Oh, it could be Kutva. I mean, that's the reason that we have him, kind of thing. Duda's fit to play again, which is great. Roy Fleming type of find. No, this is the thing. He actually had a club. He was at a Vanuatuan club and everything. It was just... I can't wait to show you the video, basically. It's probably the best part about it, other than the actual tips itself. Which is so sick. Like, I don't have the editor or anything like that, but I can't... At some point, I'm going to have to try and figure out if I can... I mean, maybe he doesn't even have high PA, but for Vanuatu, he does. He has to. He was already like 2-star CA as well at 16. That is transfer in. Recruitment focuses, I'm just using James's ones for the time being. The old Iron Owl style ones, because I haven't figured out... I think they work basically the same as they did before. And if they work the same, I'm largely going to expect that the rest of the recruitment focuses work the same, and thus are probably not worth touching, unfortunately. Do I want any of you guys on the bed? Nah, I'll be okay, actually, for the time being. A link to them. Link to what specifically? Sorry, my bad. I lost track. Player called Yeboah at my team. Not in my team currently, no. Unless he's like a youngster, perhaps, that's maybe... The database isn't up to date, potentially. Oh, is it doing that weird thing where it doesn't sort the team properly? Yes, it is. Cool. Recruitment focuses. But I'll just tell you how to do them. James does have a video, but it's on F124, so it's not... I think it's !RF. That'll take you to James's F124 video. So do obviously give him the view. But essentially what you do is just basically set up a recruitment focus that has any position on it like that. Call it whatever you like. Set the minimum ability to grey stars like that. And then just set the age brackets to between 15 and 18. Then do one that's like 16 and 17, 17 and 18, 15 and 16. And make sure you tick off the include results one. That will find new players. Speaking of which, it actually has found some players. We'll have to look at that afterwards. Yeah, that's basically what you do. That's the only ones I find anyone useful. Right, so Božič is injured. What will we do? I guess we can start Nikai. Yeah, no, please do, James. That'd be a really good video for you. A good way to get yourself back in there. Yeah, I reckon you're probably right, Thomas. Maybe not even as high as that, because you know how it lies sometimes. But even if he's like a 120 PA player, that would probably be easily the greatest Vanuatuan player in the history of football, you know? Oh. Apparently I actually can, if I press the back button, get out of this screen, provided I don't go fully into the match screen. Let me have a look at your Yeboah. But what about my Yeboah? And my Sharona while we're at it. Oh, there he is. LAFC. What a lad. Hello, Jixie, and thank you for the follow as well, my friend. Hope you're having a lovely Sunday morning. I had that sort of... basically what happened is I went down a rabbit hole because I just saw something interesting when I was doing the scouting. I went, ooh, how do I recreate this? And is there a logic flow to this? It turns out there kind of is, so that's what was exciting about it. Because there are definitely a few things you simply can't really reliably do anymore. So, like, for example, I know some people used to, like, go to the youth intake day and just go to the page in transfers and just scout every player from there. You can't do that anymore because you can't select multiple players on that screen, but what you can do is isolate those players on the player database screen, so it kind of work. Win the Ballon d'Or. Oh, I don't know, actually, Maguire. I genuinely... Most likely, it would just be a player from one of my teams, which doesn't really count. His career history. Oh, do you think he maybe used to play for Wisła? He's played for 12 clubs. Oh, he did! Undisclosed, but you're right, he was at Wisła for 2 years. Scored a few goals, actually, considering he wasn't a striker. That's not a bad record. I mean, it earned him a £1.2 million move to Columbus crew. He's joined the crew. Yes, Next Gen is still a thing. There was a glitch, which I believe was patched, that made it not show up for some people. But yeah, I'm still on the beta branch. Although, as far as I know, the beta branch is just the same as the main branch at the moment, currently. 24. Very, very different, Cheesy and Guy. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is very different, and there's a lot of things that are broken in it. Just undeniably busted and need to be fixed. There are also a lot of things that I really do like about it, not the least of which is the match engine itself and also the visual side of things. Now, obviously, visuals don't make a game good because you need the actual game itself underneath, right? But, oh shit, I just played the full first team squad for a cup game. I really should have paid attention to who we were playing here. We'll make some changes at half time. It's a shame because Yemka's not fit. He hadn't informed... Which FIFA was that? Because that actually does ring a bell for me as well. It might be one of the FIFAs I actually played. Yeah, beta branch, you really only get like a day or two lead in. Hey, that's fine, Jixie. Like, have you played... What's your sort of history with FM before? Have you played any of the other games, or is this like your first entry into the FM arena, so to speak? 20. Speaking of FIFAs, this song was 100% FIFA soundtrack, right? I'm feeling FIFA 14, maybe? Might be newer than that. Building a nation save with Hungary or Wales. If I had to choose between the two, I would choose Hungary, because Wales, you'll run into all sorts of issues because of the squad rules, and more specifically, wow, we're losing to a non-league side. But most importantly, the work permit stuff will kill you. I would have thought anyway. 1,000 hours? No way, man. That's a lot. I guess, to be fair, with the game being so elongated, there's more chance. I don't tend to have the music too loud, just because I don't want it to drown out, I suppose. Maybe turn it up a little bit, or can I actually? That goes up a little. I could just turn it down in my headphones if it's too loud, to be fair. But yeah, the beta branch, now that they seem to have committed to being what seems like Wednesday updates for a little while now, I think we can safely assume that we just rely on that for a little bit and just wait with bated breath for every Wednesday when hopefully the thing we really wanted fixed is fixed. I didn't play FIFA or FC or whatever for the longest time. I had a 19, and then the next one I got was 25. And that was really only because Ben wanted to do pro clubs with a load of FM people. So I was like, oh, go on, then I'll buy it. Because I figured, 6 years off, that might have actually changed a lot. And truthfully, it hadn't really changed much. And I'm not buying it again. I got bored of it before Christmas had even come around, to be honest. I actually quite liked the Rush stuff, but I don't know. I was never really much of a career mode person anyway. Oh, wow, okay. Are we going to go that same goal again? Oh, that little move between Rodado and Krzyzanowski has worked several times now. That's the same goal we scored in the last game, basically. Nothing altogether. I think it's definitely better, Dak. Like, the in and out possession tactics alone just make the game way more fun. Honestly, Jixie, yes, I do still have some 26 codes to give away. But I can't do it right now as I'm actually in the middle of a different sponsored segment. But maybe on Tuesday or maybe next weekend, I've got a few left that I can potentially give away. But I actually, weirdly, I can't discuss that on stream currently. But what I will be doing is giving away some biscuits after this match. Particularly if we win, because how are they keeping so much of the ball against us? No, I think that I've never been able to enjoy FM career mode on FIFA. Even back in the day. Marsons, thank you for following. Other than like right back in the day, like FIFA 06 type of time.
Very depressing.
Wingbacks. Yeah, I mean, the wingbacks, ironically, Krzyzanovic and Lenova, they've definitely worked a lot in this tactic. Once we switched them to be pressing wingbacks and gave them the right to dribble a little bit more, but left the rest of the club, the rest of the squad to be really pass heavy, it meant that, oh my God, he's through again. Oh, but the demo, sick. I know some people have played the demo and haven't had the best time with it. And I suspect it's a case of that, even if it was really, really, the demo is not going to be a great sample for that because of so much muscle memory. Ligue 2 compared to England's quality. I I mean, it's the second tier in France, but obviously you see... I think the best way to look at league's quality is to see where players are transferring to and from that league from. So where's the pipeline as far as Ligue 2 players? So like which clubs are they signing from in other leagues or signing to in other leagues? And I feel like that's a good way of kind of getting an idea of where that league sits, I suppose. Because reputation is one thing, but that's only really in FM. Is he going to put... Oh, he's pulling out the chops. It's James again, and he's hit the post. Yeah, I remember having... I think it was FIFA 01. I think it only had a single song on the soundtrack, and it kind of went hard, to be fair. Like, I'm not knocking the song. It was a bop, but... This is a weirdly I wonder if it's a bit of tiredness creeping in. I don't actually know what league these lads are in. Not one that we can see, which means it's definitely not our league, so it has to be below. Right. We do need to be winning. Ah, dear. Right. I'm not proud of everyone. We're literally drawing 1-1 with a lower league side, lads. I'm not furious with them. But, oh, he lacked belief. No, Luis. To be fair, I can understand why you'd lack belief, honestly. Because you've somehow managed to drop that kind of performance against these guys. Is your goalkeeper? Oh, that's the dream, Tebow. I'm still waiting for the day that I find a player that's got like 8 out of 10 goalkeeper rating. What country I'm from? I'm from the UK, more specifically England, or / Scotland, I guess, but I was born in England. If that's helpful. It's Farino into the channel this time. I wish he would whack a cross in there. That's more like it. Oh, lovely. Oh, yes. Come on. I was actually kind of glad that he didn't do the same move, because if I'd seen that a third time, I'd have been like, okay, maybe that's a little bit too much. But the fact that he did, I wonder if it's because it was a different player. Like, he cuts back and I thought, oh no. But then he actually looks up and pops into the box instead. I love the way that Rodado left that as well. I was expecting him to just nick that, but it is 1-2. Jimmy's just the best, isn't he? National insurance number. It's actually 1. I am the oldest man in the world. Should be 0, really, at that point. The Welsh Sawn Dice. I mean, hey. Did I win the... Or was that the South? I think I won the Cymru South with Drax. That was fun. That's a really cool league, actually. A lot of potato. Oh, dear. At least he's finally done something there. Nikai's been okay today, too. Oh, why are we flapping there, bud? This team has... They've got a little bit about them for a... Maybe they're, like, really good in the second tier. Third tier or lower. I don't know, but... I really wish I'm starting to think maybe it was a good thing I played the first team squad here, even if it is going to mean that we're tired. Although maybe now would be the good time to make the subbies. Just to try to make sure that we're fresh for the weekend's games, which really matter. Get you out. Who else is on the bench that we could bring in? Oh, do I have any rules that I need here? Oh, wait, so that rule applies to the cup as well. I thought we might be able to get away with it. But the thing is, I can't even bring on... Oh, no, I can. I could bring in... I love how it doesn't show you the... That's what's missing. It needs to show you the under-21 thing on this screen in the middle of matches. That's where we got into that annoying, like, blocked loop last stream when we couldn't figure out why it wouldn't let us make a sub. If it just had the thing there, then this would all be okay. Because now I don't know off the bench who I want to bring on. Because I don't know if you count. You are 20, but he's not Polish. Or is he? No, he's not. He's Portuguese, isn't he? Yeah. We could bring on the other guy. Nizioek. That would allow us to get Godfrey on for a little bit. Because without Koziemka, we kind of can't get Godfrey any game time. And I'll get Giger on. God, it's the perfect game for Koziemka as well. We'll leave the last sub. No, I'm gonna risk it. This is where Rodado gets injured now. Ah, dear. I like to believe that someone out there, that is in fact their number. Well, I suppose it could be, I guess. No, I don't have social security. I have national insurance. Qualifying early for Europe. This is the thing. I've always had this issue in any building a nation save. When I qualify for Europe, that first season, because I've usually had to build my squad with loads of foreign players in, they haven't had a chance to naturalise yet. So I always do run into that issue of... Actually, the earlier you qualify, the better in a way, because then you won't run into that issue so much. But if you qualify in like season 5, my squad is going to be like all full of guys that I've managed to grab from like Africa and South America, and as a result that will be really difficult to work through. My only hope is that we'll get loads of good players in our intakes between now and then, that we can start giving game time earlier. That way they'll be ready for those early European seasons. Go on, Godfrey. Oh, back post? Ah. I mean, hey, a win's a win. It would also be, I believe, oh my goodness, he must be offside, surely. Goalkeeper, goalkeeper, please. Oh, my goodness. Boobs. I should have gone boobless, Morksol. You get more numbers in there then, right? Plus, it's fun when you're calculating it. Best nations. I mean, Poland is, for me, probably the best. Hungary as well. You've got Ireland, but they start really low. Austria, if you want to go a bit further up, because there are quite relaxed rules in Austria as far as signing players. Disallowed brace. It's even better. Oh, God. I do want to see a long-range volley go in. They do try them occasionally. Or generating some great suggestions. There you go. Yeah, it definitely. I take it you tried out the thing. It really works, doesn't it? In a network save. How's that working out for you? I really hope they do change some stuff for network saves in this latest patch. That sort of part of the game needs to be better. That way we can start our podcast network game too. We still haven't actually decided where we're going to do that. Tony and I were discussing the other night about trying to see if Aaron and Si would let us do it in Africa, but I suspect they'd probably say no to that. I just want to do African Adventure again, basically. Come on, Jigga, take him on. Let's get that third goal. We can relax a little bit. Okay, just shoot. That's fine too. Europa League group. Yeah, but they were just so perfect for this. It would have been even more perfect if this was 25, because they would have been playing in Europe first season, despite being in the second tier. Although there is also the element of like, oh, would that have been too much to manage in the first year? And would I have ended up getting sacked because what is going on here? Floodlight be floodlighting, it would seem. Ongoing. Unfortunately, you do have to restart it. Once it's got like that, the reports you see in there after 5 days, or the responses, will stay the same if you leave it. You have to cancel and reset. It's a really annoying thing to do. But yes, I tested. That was my first thought. I was like, oh, can I just leave this open? Because you think it would be able to, given it's a message board. But I guess the logic is that it gets buried down threads or something. I think it's more likely it's just not really been designed very well. But that's the cop-out I'm giving it, I guess. I'm going to praise them, because you can't really yell at them after a win and they'll actually get on with it, right? But yeah, you do have to restart it. I would just restart it every, like, if you're in a window, just every little while. Just every little while. Because I set up 8 of those in, I don't know, about a minute's time. The network save was in Africa. I bet you would. I had such a good time. We were like, oh, we'll do like 30 minutes for the Patreon. And we ended up talking for over an hour. So it's good. It's just good. I just got to reminisce about Binner and all the good stuff, you know? Trying to make Tony laugh in reverse. Yes, I suspect that that's not always like considered the best thing. But yes, pretty much my entire role on the podcast, for the most part, is just to try to make Tony laugh. It's my favourite thing to do, because I would say it's so easy, but it's not that easy, and that's the best part about it. So you know when you get a laugh out of him, you said something good. Isme, thank you for the follow. Right, let's actually go back and have a little look at these now, because, I mean, to be fair, we kind of already did, didn't we? I guess it was a proof of concept that kind of says, hey, this will work for us. So when we get some money, this could actually be a really good way of looking at things. I want to have a look at this. I bet he's playing for another African side, right? Wait, that's Albania, isn't it? Oh, it's Georgia. Cool badge. Look at this. Dominic Aponsa, a Ghanaian right-sided winger who just happens to be playing in Georgia. We're in the second tier. That's amazing. Completely missed your stints. Oh, of course, I saw that. What have we missed? Mostly just us winning again. We are now... I mean, I'll just show you our schedule, because we're kind of cooking now. Where is the schedule page? Look at all that green and yellow. There's a little too many draws in there. We've won 4 in a row in all comps now. 3 in a row in the league. We're just not conceding many goals. We're just kind of chefing. Right. And you know what would be good to chef? I'm going to tell you, chat. Right, let's go. Perhaps a chance to win some biscuits. Now feels like a good as time as any to win some biscuits, right? Where's the buttons? Hopefully this is actually... There we go! Right, okay, cool. So, the word we're looking for here, it's a nice simple one for you today, chat. Let me just reset the giveaway options. Love to see it. Boom. Today's word is Poland. Since we're in Poland. Now then, what do I go with? I've given myself 2 choco milk ones to eat today. Oh, love to see it. Okay. Biscuit giveaway chance. If you want to enter, you have to be UK based to actually receive these biscuits, so just bear that in mind. Just whack Poland in the chat. Don't worry about capital letters and stuff like that. It will know, and you can have a chance to win yourself some biscuits. You'll actually get a chance to win, well, not just one of these packs, but 2 winging their way towards you. And were you to, perchance, find yourselves out there and about in the great big city shopping, you can get these at Tesco's at Sainsbury's for £1.25 on NectarCard, which is, frankly, a bloody good deal for what is essentially just some tremendous biscuitery. I personally love a choco milk, and I'm going to eat this one now for you right now. So yeah, pop it in the chat and you can win some. Now then, if you do happen to make that journey down to your local Sainsbury's and pick them up on NectarCard, you can then submit that receipt under !pickup in chat here. You'll find a link. Submit your receipt in there. And there's another chance to win biscuits. They'll send you another load of them. You'll have to see it. There's just no beating these. He says, knowing that he'll never get a chance to eat the salted caramel once on stream. But I suppose it's about time I told you about some flavours as well, because I'm just really enjoying this biscuit. And the flavours, you've obviously got your choco milk, your bad boys in the light blue. You've also got your dark chocolate, your bad boys in the light red, I guess. The original, of course, the very best, or the original in many ways, in your standard blue. In addition, you've also got the lovely green pack, which I still haven't seen in a shop, which means they must be good because they're just selling out. So I'm going to continue eating this biscuit, and you just have to type Poland in chat and you'll get yourself a chance to win some more bickies. When I draw the winners, there'll be 2 of you each time, so you've got 6 chances to win today. I'll get you to type something in chat and I will send you a Twitch whisper with a link. Follow that link and you'll be able to basically just tell them where to send the biscuits. What a beautiful deal. And all you have to do is nothing. Or type Poland in chat for the time being. We'll think of some more fun words later. It's a rare treat for me, but they're just so solid, but also it's weird. Like, we discussed this before. They're like super solid, but when you actually bite them, they're not. They're just crunchy enough that it's biscuity, but then like the chocolate is like just got a slight softness to it on the inside. Particularly these ones have got like the extra choco milky bit in the middle. I'm just gonna have the whole lot now, excuse me. That's what you're all here for. Man chewing live on stream. Because then how dry my mouth gets most of the time these days, it's just, these don't even have an impact on that, if anything, which is weird, because normally a normal biscuit would do. It's the Matt's mukbang, exactly. So, you know what to do. Get yourselves down to Sainsbury's, get them for £1.25, submit the receipt at !pickup, have yourself a lovely old day. And more importantly, thank you to Bolson for sponsoring this segment of today's stream. Okay, it's time to pick a winner. Look at him, he's nailed the timings so good at this point that he can predict it all. He's definitely not watching a little thing. So, good lord, that's a lot of people on the biscuit train today. Okay, right. So, first winner
Cooper
is You Know You Do.
I am familiar with over 600 dance
It's
moves.
about time. It's about time. Right, let me get your code. There we go. There we go. And some biscuits will be winging their way towards you, my friend. At least I know you're UK based. Or it's all been a big lie. And the second winner, we're going to re-roll, of course, is Crazy Brit 46. Have you won some before? Or was that someone else? Crazy Brit for the biscuits. Can I find you in chat is the question. Just write any message you like in chat, just so I can click your name, and we'll get to the cold pillow. I did actually. It was delicious. I really shouldn't be eating the pillow, though. That's side bet there. Rigged. It is. I only had You Know and Crazy Brit on the list. I wish there was an easier way to do it, but I actually can't do it unless I can click their name in chat. As far as I know, anyway. Yeah, well, what can I do it like this? Oh, hang on, I might be able to do it. Hang on a minute. No, it's weird. I can only report his account. I can't actually message him unless he... There he is! That's really weird. Twitch needs a better system for that kind of thing. There we go. Right. Beautiful. Biscuits are on their way to you, my friend. So, yep, follow the link I've just put in the Twitch whisper, and that's all you need to do. Just submit your details there, and they'll send you some bickies. Right. Thank you to Bolson, and let's get cracking. with an app before. You might be able to. If that's the case, that's cool. I could just copy and paste. I'll have to do it next time. But this is better for engagement or something. So, let's go play some matches. Oh, first we'll do the lookup. If I could spell. There we go. Oh my god, wait, what? No way! Hang on. He definitely wasn't in the Slavia save. Because the first time, someone did a lookup on the first Biscuit stream I did, which was the Slavia one, and obviously there wasn't any players. There's actually a guy called Sunny Pickup. That's tremendous. Well, we should do a ban. I think it's just because it's like my favourite way to play FM, so it kind of comes easy to me in some ways, but also I've been lying. I've said the content side of things didn't motivate me as well, because it is just making... What? It is actually just like fun to do for me personally. Oh, I guess this guy was on that list, wasn't he? 6'3". Reflexes are good. Aerial reach is good. Command of area is awful, but he's only 17. One-on-ones aren't particularly amazing either. Tell you what, he's actually... Also, I like that we've taken him on trial and we've immediately got full knowledge of him. Pog's amazing, is she? To be fair, she's River Plate, so that she's bound to have been like reasonably good. God damn. Mr. It's fine doing the pictures. You'll get a chance later. Worry not. So you feel about it's true? You have to do your own biscuit shilling there, half. Mega Nation work. The only tweaks we've made to this one are relatively minor, because Poland is a good base nation to do it with to begin with. The only change we've made really is some stuff to do with the transfer preferences that basically just means that clubs in Poland are more likely to sign from all over the world rather than in the sort of smaller region. And that's better for like late game, because in the later stages of the save, you don't want them still trying to sign regionally, because that wouldn't be realistic. So there's that. And the other crucial thing is the loan rules, to make it more difficult, which basically means that if we loan a player to another Polish side, they have to be allowed to play against their parent club, like hard locked. We stole the rules from Norway, but that's the only real big changes. That and some stuff to do with switching on the women's leagues in Poland, but that wasn't specific to building a nation. That was more just for a bit of fun. I hope Sunny Pickup's good. That'd be dope. The reason I like the bans in general is because it gives you a new game plus kind of goal, because you're not just looking at like, hey, I'm going to win the Champions League. Because when you do, it's only like half the battle, I guess. Sponsorship values are static. I don't know, but there's not really a lot you can do about that anyway. So we kind of felt like we wanted to have less control of that kind of stuff this time around, and there's always going to be certain things that don't work that well, but there's also other things that was just so difficult to test as well without the really long-term stuff, and it was a question of we could spend a lot of time testing on that sort of stuff, but then the save doesn't start till December kind of thing. Last year, we were able to do that a little bit easier because we were testing it on 23 with the ability to port things to 24. But obviously, that while you can do that this year, you couldn't sort of prep because we had no idea what the sort of mechanics of the game were going to be like, I suppose. So basically, the other thing is, yes, because of the way that Poland is set up in the default database, the reputation values that coincide with the values of the players in terms of financial values only goes up to a certain point in Poland, because that's where the game is right now. Hadrian did have to put in some new figures for the top end of that, because otherwise the game would get really weird about it. But that's the sort of thing that we won't see until much later in the save. So in theory, it should make it a little bit more realistic going down a little bit deeper. Hello, Pog. How's it going, love? You okay?
Yeah. I'm going to do a vacuum.
Do a vacuum? Okay. I know it is, I know. It's because of all my biscuits.
Is that what it is?
It is. Was he at Burnley? I think he was wearing a Burnley kit in that picture, was he not? He was. Unfortunately, I can start to see why he's no longer at Burnley, unfortunately. Now, that doesn't mean I wouldn't... God, if we just had the tiniest bit of transfer budget, I'd be picking him up immediately. Protection team's playing. So, yeah, basically, if they have done that, they've essentially just nabbed Hadrian's entire dynamic TV revenue thing, because that's essentially what he did for Malta 2 years ago. He made a custom dynamic TV revenue system that based TV revenue off the reputations of the teams that were involved in the match, which meant that it scaled dynamically as the reputations of the teams in your league grew. That was his system, basically. And while that's really cool, we didn't want to implement that in this save because we almost felt like we didn't need to, I guess. Replicate. Yeah, that's sort of hard-coded, and I think it's just because the game's trying to keep a balance throughout, right? But what I like about FM is the fact that it can... When you get Poland to say... And I say this was... When we're like third in the coefficients or something, and we have been for like 5 years, Poland is now going to be one of the hotbeds of European football at that stage. So the values of the players should be far more inflated to meet with that. And FM's always been really bad at scaling that, especially in smaller leagues and leagues that are not dynamic at all. So have like, they're not turned on in the game to begin. Coefficients are not fixed, no, but they will be in the next update. But that's okay, because we're only in the first season and we're unlikely to. We'll probably be reaching the end of the first season as that update swings around. So at the very most, we'll have lost the first seasons. But, sorry, the first season, which is not a great deal of. It's not going to cost us too much. Especially as Poland are actually losing a really bad year. Because I don't see us qualifying for Europe for a little while yet anyway, which means that. Now then. I did actually set a few of the B team, other guys available for the B team. Because it's okay to do that if the game's on the day after, which it usually is. Oh no, it's not today. I'm glad I didn't do that then. Danish League. I mean, ironically, the Danish League was the first time I ever did this. Now, I don't know if that was because I'd done any research into the rules. I just thought, oh, it'd be fun to manage in Denmark. But it's pretty good for it. There are some rules, but mostly Danish rules are to do with things like minimum wages for players, right? If I remember correctly. Hendrik, Fredericks, and Ponk are all gone, as is Nathaniel and Wusu, but he just wasn't very good. I'd honestly rather have Fantasia, because who wouldn't? This might be the first year I've had Wusu in my face pack, though. So that's something. Thought it'd be here this week. Well, it should be. It should be here on Wednesday, right? That's if the plans continue the way that they have with the previous updates, then I would expect Wednesday. Move on in January window. I mean, I guess I kind of have. If I was to look at the squad right now, how easy that will be, I don't know. But essentially, we want all of these guys to stay. Like Božić, as bad as he is, he's still irreplaceable in terms of his actual quality TM. These guys are all wanting to stay. Ertl Taylor's good as a backup. You're obviously on loan. Farinia's good. You're new. You're obviously a young quality player. This guy's 28. So it's not like he's young Polish. So maybe Victor here could be the sort of player that we could find a move for in January. Even if it's not a huge amount of money, it gets some wages back for us. Rafael, we haven't really seen anything because of his injury. You're only 21, so you're worth keeping around. Krzyzanowski's obviously brilliant. Wysicki's kind of, you're on loan. Collie as well is probably the other one. I could see Collie going as well. Actually, Collie's the crucial one that probably needs to go because he's on $2,000 a week. And while he's not worth a lot, just getting 2k a week off of our wage bill and a little bit of transfer fee of maybe 50k, that would probably be the one. Just get rid of those two. Gives us about 3k to play with. That's probably two new signings, but we can target those signings a little bit better. So maybe that's what we probably do. It's pretty tough. Oh, it's super tough. But at least the processing of the game seems a lot better this year. So movement, I think, is definitely going to be better. Once we get the things structured properly and are like burning through things, I think we'll actually make a lot of progress. Possible to sell people? I haven't noticed. I mean, to be fair, I have noticed that, but there's a reason why the players I've tried to sell have been difficult to sell, and that's because all the guys I tried to get rid of had all signed new contracts in the summer before I got here. So you basically can't shift a guy who's just signed a new deal. But if you wait till January, you usually can. Belgian amateurs, they'd be cooking. I'm glad that's working for you, actually, because I think what it was is the version of the save that I was testing that on was my Rakov one, but I think the team had actually got better than I anticipated, and as a result, the players didn't look as good. Like their star ratings, I'd look at them and go, oh dear, that's the best they've got, but then I'd look at their profiles and be like, oh right, no, I understand why. All my scouts was really bad as well. Can't get a striker to score goals. Okay, what sort of system are you playing? Because I had that issue initially, but then I realized it was mostly that my strikers weren't getting good chances. They were falling to the wrong people, and I was seeing a lot of shots, but a lot of them were from like wayward midfield shots rather than good areas. And I think what we've really been able to do, we finished scouting Panache. What we've been able to do really well is isolate the good opportunities, and try to force the tactic to only create that type of chance and stop players from, wow, that's actually disappointing. I genuinely thought that Panache might be a reasonable signing for one day, but it looks like he's been done dirty by the game. Facepack supply. Oh yeah, facepacks are essentially just like he's essentially just a bank of photos with a config file. The config file just tells the game this photo goes onto this ID, and each player in the game has an ID. So it's just essentially a skin in the back end, basically. It's just slotting things in. So yeah. So you won't have any issues with that. on the player name. Yeah, I never did the national team one, although it's good to see that they actually do still show up in there sometimes. You do still see the amateur players, but when I did it with Rakov, I think I only found like 39 of them in Belgium, which was a little bit low. But I was in Season 5, so maybe Season 3 to 4 is better, potentially? Right, we'll do this right before I get into the actual game here. Let's see if I could get rid of Pickup. I can't believe we actually found a guy called Pickup. Durosimi. I'm assuming it's the guy at Victoria Pills. Well, it has to be, right? Who else is it going to be? Rafiu Durasinmi. My apologies. Oh, wow. Yeah, he's very good. 6'4". He's sort of in that ilk of the new breed of the striker. I'm fast, but I'm also very tall and very powerful. Basically, the mini Haaland that everyone wants to be. Hello, Icy Primate. Hey, Icy Primate. You obviously have only just nipped in here. When you watch the VOD back, we've spent basically a lot of the last hour and a half in between the matches and stuff, and me shilling biscuits, discussing some of the scouting stuff I found over the last like few days, and some of it's really, really. If I do say so myself, some of it's really cool. I'm going to try and finish the video tomorrow, but I am just enjoying making them now. It's like YouTube's gone from being that scary thing to that thing I just really enjoy again, which is really, really cool. First season goes for free. Oh yeah, no, does he really? He's got a new contract here, I think. Don't know if you can actually see that information. Yeah, he signed a ironically, he actually signed a new contract yesterday in Save. Not that we could obviously sign him anyway, but literally yesterday in this Save. Unless this data is wrong, which I mean, it could be, but I don't think it is. That's wild, actually. Work the same. I would say, Mac, they work exactly the same. From my understanding of them anyway, it seems like the underlying mechanic has remained unchanged. Which actually makes sense. Which means I think your best bet is basically any logic for recruitment focuses you were using for 24 will probably work just fine in 25. The ones that I use, which is sparingly, they seem to do the exact same thing. Denny D92, thank you for the follow. So yeah, Randy Schneider, his name makes him sound like a baseball commentator, I guess. How to explain? I feel like he'd be there at Rogers Center or something. Oh, he's Filipino. That's cool. Great name in general. Plays for Winterthur, though. Only 4 caps at 24 is actually quite surprisingly low. The different position reviews. Oh, I already have those out, Icy Primate. I had made a video about those about a week and a half ago. That video actually, with all those views, already exists for every single role in the game. Yeah, I already did that one. This one is a more general scouting guide for like every single method that exists, pretty much. Tremendous. Something a player often coming on to pitch one of the substitute tracksuit. I have, but not since the beta. We had that exact situation in the Czechia where our substitute Enrique Araujo came off the bench twice in a tracksuit and scored. You can't go wrong there. Hello, Cruz Cats. I'm genuinely in a fantastic mood today, so thank you for joining and making that mood better. How's your Sunday going? Bologna in second season. Ooh, I'll have to do a few little simmies just to see if there is any crazy shit going on. So the best time for it is during the early weirdness of the game. Yeah, we do need a bit more squad depth. That's definitely got to be something to look at for next season. Or even January if we can just free up some players. We can't really afford to drop Duda. I'm thinking we get a week off after this anyway. Oh god, he's already wanted. Lucky you want him on loan? Come on, Mads. What are you playing at? Silliness. The old Skydome. No, it's just there's this guy on TikTok that basically just does... Oh, we might actually be... Hang on. Ooh. Right, how do I do this? Who's getting dropped? It might have to be Ertel Taylor. No, wait. Farinia? Oh, we just start Duarte. Annoying, but Farinia's not exactly been pulling up trees in that role himself. Just try and get through this game. I think this one might be one we get cooked in. But, you know, we're building back up. It's okay. Pop-up windows. Oh, yeah. With my recruitment focuses, I tend not to bother with that and just let them kind of pick whoever. Mostly laziness. Partly laziness, partly the UI, partly just I didn't do that last year, so I feel like if aim broke, don't fix it, I suppose. Keep that going. Yeah, lads. Go on. We got this. We are at home as well, I think. So, oh, wait. No, we can't be. Look at the... Hadrian warned me about this. When a team is making a new stadium or a new stand or something, you get full high-resolution rendered diggers and cranes. Look at this. I'm a big fan of this. Can we just go there instead? If someone doesn't make a mod where you can drive the crane, I am over this game. outfit player shirt on. I could see why that would definitely happen. Oh. We've gone to Diggerland. This is amazing. It's definitely an adjustment, for sure, Cruisecast. Like, 100%. I've still massively not... Crane cam! To be fair, we're better in this stadium to get a tactical view than there. Than up on the crane. Oh, this is glorious. It makes you think that if we were doing this in Malta, would we be able to see Slima's actual shopping centre, what they play on the top of? Have you seen... we haven't talked about this yet, actually. Have you guys seen some of the stadium mods that are starting to, like, be made? Not like... For me, the fact that they're already happening is a really good sign. They do not look great yet. I think they definitely do need some a lot of work. But it's exciting the fact that people are already working on that. Because it feels like the lighting is really off and that the stuff with crowds are a bit weird, but it definitely seems... It's exciting. Because I just want the idea of being able to actually have that Craven Cottage in the game. The one I saw so far was the Parc de France one. It's... Yeah, I think it's not great, but the fact that it's more of a proof of concept. The way I'm looking at it is that it doesn't look good at all, but it doesn't need to yet because it just needs to prove that it can be done. Because if they can prove that they can do that, then they can then take the time to make them look good once you've already proven that you can put them in the game. That was the hard part, I feel like. Because we're so early in the cycle still. I reckon after Christmas, we're going to be seeing some massive stuff in that kind of area of the game, and that's really exciting. Like, I don't think we're going to see a lot from the Polish league, probably. But imagine. Wait, who was offside? I'm assuming Redardo was offside there. Manager gets sent off, he goes up the crate. Oh, I really hope so. I kind of want to mug off the referee now just to find out. Just keep putting that out there. Yeah, so league-wise, we're right on the cusp of the playoffs now. We've started very poorly, but then we're unbeaten in 5 now. 3 wins in a row. Starting to pull things back a little bit. So, depending on how this little run goes, like these guys are a decent side. They're currently second. Albeit, I don't think they're actually as good as that. Wow, that was a dreadful first half. All we saw was our disallowed goal. Do we do anything? Duarte struggled again. That role is still a bit of a troublemaker, I think. But, hey. I think the issue I have with it, it looked fine, but the lighting was really wrong, obviously. And it was lacking detail that is present in these. But again, it's a proof of concept, right? I think what they were trying to show is that, hey, this can be done. Right? I'm not going to yell at them. I'm going to say I don't like what I've seen. But I will say that. That's the one I want. They keep going. I have faith in you, essentially. Goalpost, yeah. When the Vida Renia, which is what it has to be called, surely, the Bolson Bowl? Sorry, what I meant by saying that it looks great, I need to make this clear. I'm not saying that visually it looks great. I'm saying the idea of the fact that you can do it looks great. And considering the amount of time they've had to build that Parc de France model and get that imported, I think when you consider the time allowed to do that, considering the game's really only just come out, I feel like it looks great considering those factors, I suppose. And it makes me go, oh, in a little while, what are they going to be able to do based on that level of progress, I suppose? I should have been clearer. Like, obviously, it doesn't look great now, but it could get there, and that's exciting. For me, anyway. Just to see that they were even able to do that this early. Makes you wonder what else they could do. I really want the opportunity to have ad boards in. I know you could kind of do that already. Oh, that's not a penalty. It's actually a good tackle, to be fair. Run another. Found 5 quality players with youth amateur contract. One is from Martinique. I love how much you're absolutely... You've just taken this and run with it, and I'm enjoying that alone. Have you got any screenshots? I want to have a look at them now. I love our shorts in this this kit. Looks really good with these shorts. It reminds me a bit of Newell's old boys. Oh, pull it back. Go on, have a shot, dude. No! Lovely little effort. On his correct foot. Didn't blaze it wide either. Love to see it. Yeah, I wouldn't even bother with the skins at this point, because the skins essentially are just changing some colours, are they not? That's all they really do. And I actually don't mind the colour scheme of the game. It's just the other side. No, this is key highlights now. I decided that I was confident enough in the tactic that I didn't need to see all the game. I want to play through loads more matches on stream, basically. So I figured that we were winning a few matches now, looked a bit more confident on the ball. I thought it was a good time to, like, move it over and start properly playing out of position. Wait, are they? I don't think they are, you know. Ghiazzo is probably the best thing to do. That'll allow you to screenshot things. That's what I always use. Although I'd have to remember how to sign into the damn thing again. Nikai's through. Go on, lad. Oh, that was a nice run, actually. Božić would never. He wouldn't have even been in that position. Duarte's been really bad. The problem is I don't think I can bring on Fabinho. Or can you? I think I can, actually, can't I? Yeah, I can. It's only for the start of the game I can't have him on the pitch. Dude has been poor, which means it's the perfect time for Taylor. And resting him as well is kind of crucial. Wow, Wasicki's been awful as well. Kutovar's not been great. I can get Victor in. Maybe I don't want to sell him in January then. I don't know off the bench. Maybe it's Godfrey time? Particularly as Krzyzanowski's on a booking. Did it just let me take off the under-21 player? Did I? Oh, it's because I brought on you, maybe? Will it let me do that? Guess it will. Okay. We need something. Like, we've dominated the game. Which is good, considering these guys are a top 4 side. Even if we don't get the win, it's still progress in the right direction. Because we have had a few... I want to see us absolutely club someone, though. That's the one thing I don't think we've actually managed to do yet. I want to see us, twat someone like 5-0 when we actually get one of those... Oh, Jesus. Oh, I do like the set pieces. Although it could just be because I haven't set up the defensive side of it very good. And it just means they're getting better chances than we would normally like to see them have. 5'9" keeper. Yeah, maybe. Depends. He could be 5'9" and have massively good jumping reach, for all you know. We're getting a lot of corners, at least. I like the short corner idea. I haven't experimented really with short corners for a while in FM. This is definitely giving 0-0, isn't it? Unless we get like a 93rd minute winner. I'd take that. Away from home, against a reasonable side. We didn't concede a goal. We're not going to win every single game, right? Plus, they were a little bit tired from the midweek cup game, which we definitely exhausted ourselves in. And it does mean that we slip slightly out of the playoffs, although apparently we've still gone up. That might just be because of games that we've already played. Has that added the points? I think it has added the points. That's okay. It's annoying, though, because if we'd have beaten them, we're gaining ground directly on a rival for promotion. I just think that we're better than a lot of these teams, and over the course of the season, we'll just end up overtaking them. I am going to be disappointed in them, though. But they should now, in theory, get a full week off, which should allow us to heal a couple of injuries, get the squad fresh again. And the point is, we're right back in the battle now. We just need to be better than these other guys. It does need to be highlighted. That's a good point. Just little stuff like that, I think, is the oversights. Not oversights. They've been overlooked. Things that you would really want. Stuff like exactly like that. It's a shame. Those are the kind of things that will just randomly pop up in an update and we'll be like, oh, damn. Didn't even think about that. As long as the big stuff gets fixed, that's the crucial part. Yes, on player stats ones, I think even more so, because with your club, you're just looking for your one team. You know that there's only going to be one entry for you. But when you're looking on stats pages for things specifically to do with your club, players, you want it to highlight your guys. So you can just pick them out really easily. I don't know what that is. Chisha said, no, I haven't. Staff numbers update. Can no longer employ a loan manager. Just fell to my knees in the club. What? Chat, it's a sad time. I come to you with bad news. We can no longer employ a loan manager. Whatever will we do without a loan manager? Do we have one anyway? The number of people we're allowed to have as an assistant manager was... I didn't know we were allowed to have 2. Coaching capacity has decreased from 4 to 3. Why? I mean, it's fine. As long as I don't sack anyone, it'll be all right. Is an anime. Oh. I didn't realize that. Sorry, you said game, so I just assumed it was a game. No, loan manager is the most useless role in the game. It doesn't do anything. Genuinely, I'm not sure I understand what the role is supposed to do. Put it this way. Having one and not having one, you'll not notice any different. Like, genuinely. It is one of the most useless roles in the game. Technical director is up there too, and the worst thing about technical directors is they're usually paid a load. Not to be believed. Oh yeah, we weren't expecting that anyway, were we? Oh, this is best. We finally got through that tough spell, and now we finally get a team that are down low in the league. In the rally zone. Oh, winnable. I say winnable game. We've won a load lately, but still, I'd take that. Always by play. Yeah, they all seem to be really highest paid, and I'm not sure why. I wonder if it's just a nepo position that exists solely so that the chairman can give his son or daughter a job. Oh, okay, so no, I've not heard of either the anime or the game. I'll be honest, I'm pretty much a Megabonk main these days, chat. Yesterday it was my day off. Pog was hanging out in town with a couple of friends, which was really, really nice to see. And so I was just at home and I was like, shit, what do I do? I was like, I know, I'm going to play Megabonk again. And so I did, because that's okay. Having free will and choosing to spend it on Megabonk is absolutely fine. Play more about with it. Do they really? So you were saying they've actually got an actively negative role? That does kind of track, to be honest. compile loan reports, I guess, but like I don't think I've ever wanted a loan report, to be honest. So another one of the Megamonk Day. No, honestly, it's just, I tell you what it is. It's because I was like, on Friday, I was like, oh, yeah, I might play some Ark Raiders after work. But then I've been set at this computer for like 10 hours, just doing scouting stuff. And I was like, I just kind of wanted to rest from it, and so I didn't do anything on Friday night. And then yesterday, I was like, I just wanted to kind of chill, sit on the sofa, put a blanket on, put a podcast on, and just play some Megamonk. That's literally what I did yesterday, for the most part. Like, obviously, I was in town earlier with Pog. Essentially, I just need to get my 2 friends to play Ark Raiders with me, and then we're sorted. Dubs with the boys makes its return. There's a lot of players in this report. So let's actually action some of these guys, since we can. Let's do 1 month. Huh. 1 second. I didn't set up that priority, did I? It's down here. Oh, no, it is. Why does it default to 1 month there? That's annoying. Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to... That's super annoying that there isn't... Oh, hang on. Is it there? Wait. Hang on. Report. Sign a scouting pool for 1 week. God damn, that's... It's so close. It's like right there. Just let me switch those 2 out. It would be so cool. Oh, hello. Summon in scouting range. No, they should be in my scouting range. Wait a second. Let's just make sure they are actually for a second. They're all Polish, right? Yeah, these guys are all in Poland. It's fine. Outside the transfer window. I guess so, but that was more to do with... Now, that thing that said month for outside the transfer window, that was relating to how often it brings me through the... That's not what that means. Just to clarify. This bit here where it says... that's how often they send these reports through. So, basically, how often you get the thing that says scouting update. That's what that is. They just changed some of the terminology weird. City builders. I used to, I guess, but they're the sort of games that I, much like FM, know that I'm going to have to put in loads of time in order to learn them to be competent. And I feel like I don't have a lot of fun in games when I'm not super competent. Like, just have some base level of competency, I suppose. Kind of urge. Damn. It's like when they brought back Tizer. It was just never the same. The old recipe Tizer was just goated. I think these guys are going to be safe to scout just fine. Because the game does pop up with that regardless what you do. But just to be sure, that's the shortlist one, Matt. Any in the 16-year... Wow, there actually is some. Holy, who the fuck is this? I'm sorry. Forgive me, if you will, for a moment, chat. Who the hell is Marek Siemieniec? He's 15th? I mean, we can't afford him. He's £8 million. But quite literally, how have they done that then? He's playing in the top flight at 15 because he's on a youth contract because he's 4 to 5. Gee, could it be 4? Could it be 5? My Christ. Oh, we're not in a window, but tell you what, he's insane. £4.50, isn't it? Salary's too much. Yeah. Christ. Not yet, Lanks. I'm actually working on it right now. It's actually, ironically, one of the reasons we've seen this guy. I was just showing chat some of the things that I'm putting in that video. Wasn't quite expecting that, to be honest. Easy, bro. No. If he's got a face like that, they're regens. Sometimes the game will... You know the add players to playable teams thing you tick when you start save sometimes? If a team, for example, in the pre-game editor doesn't have the exact correct number of players in its youth team, sometimes the game will just pepper a few more in there, and apparently it's generated an absolute monster in doing so. That's wild. Cruisecast, thank you for the follow as well. How many get a week? I mean, I'll give him all of them. Well, we're definitely shortlisting him. Because the fact that he's worth £8 million, by the way, at 15, in Poland, is insane. Like, Poland has okay player values, but usually for players with higher rep. This guy's going to be Liverpool's whatever the hell. Oh, yeah, no, this guy's insane. Right, let's get him on the Santa Baby shortlist, just indefinitely. I'm going to scout him because I want to know more about him. That's insane. There's another guy here, you know. Philip... Okay, he's a centre-back with 8 jumping reach, and he's 5'7", but his name's Philip Pickle. Like, I mean, He's winning me over there with his 19 aggression, insane tackling. He's basically a good centre-back if you don't want him to play in the air. He's fickle. Philip Pickle is fickle. Oh, God, I have to clip that. Mostly just so I can go back. Matt, watching this clip, go back and clip the thing about that insane Polish player a minute ago. You got to, unless someone else clipped it. That's wild. I mean, we can't afford either of these guys, but the fact that they exist is incredible. Hello, Tomb. Honestly, there's a lot wrong with it, but I'm enjoying it, mostly because of things like this, where this guy, who's 15, just appeared. He's 4.5 stars. So yeah, I'm done, mate. That's insane. I mean, maybe he's one of those guys that gens with insane CA and low PA, but my goodness. Yeah, A-. Like, what could he possibly find wrong with him? I was not expecting anyone in this report at all, because they're usually so young that you don't get them, which means all of these guys may well be regents. Either way, we're going to find the hell out. Let me just set this to in progress. We did that one, we did that one. Anyone insane in this one? There's Sammy Dudek. Now, these guys probably are real players. They are all Polish, which means they are within our scouting remit, which is good to know. Because it means I'm safe to scout them without running up our budgets. 18, they'll probably have some slight... Oh, hello, who are you? It's annoying that they don't just show the flags in... Oh, is that the club? Wait, what? Wait, what nationality are you? Oh, it's Latvia. I wish they'd just put the flags there and not the badges. Like, I don't know FA's badges, but I do know country flags. It would be way better if they just let you put the flags in there. There's some loanees in here that potentially could join us in January. Yeah, it just... I don't know, it seems odd to me that the nation bit defaults to the FA and not the country's flag. Hello, Tom. These are just Iron Owl's recruitment focuses from 2024. The exact same logic. That combined with the transfer in thing seems to be cooking. I'm genuinely blown away. Hello, Tim. Honestly, I'm loving it still. The novelty has not worn off to me. In fact, it's funny you say that. I guess it was Friday now. Friday was officially shortlisted them. Did I? Oh, that's going to happen a lot, I suspect. You're right, I did, didn't I? I literally saw myself do it. Thank you. Did I do it with the others as well? Or did I... I'll check the shortlist and see who's on there. They may end up on the shortlist anyway, because I'm pretty certain the game does that default thing where when you scout people, it automatically adds them to the shortlist anyway. Oh, no. Yeah, the player I wanted on the shortlist is on the shortlist, which is crucial. The others will add later when we actually test them there. Christ. I feel like that's going to happen a lot, and I wonder why. Did they move where those things are on that list or something? Yeah, that's what's happened, Pulse. I think the game's just gone off on one when generating him. But yeah, sorry. The new place is brilliant. It's just so nice to have an office to streaming. On Friday, it was 1 year since we went and picked up the keys to this place, which was just a nice little time. Views I use. Which view are you looking for especially, JJ? Because some of them I may have out publicly at the moment. Some of them I don't, because they're part of the new video and I was making them for that. Oh, but yeah, if you let me know which one, I might have it out so you can download it. Yeah, if not, I'll have a video out in a couple of days that will have all of them in it. Because I noticed as I was doing that video, I kept needing to make views for things for myself. And I was like, well, I'll make sure I've got these so people can download them. The most annoying one was the shortlist one. Yeah, it's nearly a full year, like the scouting one. So, you mean... well, hang on. This is what I mean. I'm not sure which view you mean, because remember, but these are not views that I can... Well, you can actually edit this now. These are just the default ones on recruitment focuses. Because all I'm really looking for on this is this bit here. And like the information on this one is actually okay, so I don't need to make custom views for this screen. It actually just kind of works, in fairness. Hello, Savica. Yeah, nearly a full year, I guess, then. That's so sick. I'm really excited to see what... There's probably a few more regions in there for the exact same reason. I'm guessing, anyway. I mean, no one's going to be as good as that guy. Have we just uncovered, like, the greatest Polish player of all time within 3 months of the start of the save? The problem is, there's no way we're ever going to be able to sign him before he moves to some massive team in England or something, isn't there? It's just no way. He's too good. I wouldn't be surprised if actually he's gone before he turns about 60. He'll probably do one season. The fact that he's already playing games in the top flight is insane. Game manager is high potential manager. Wait, their manager has the same surname, you say? Oh, you would. So I thought it was just a joke about, oh, it's the manager's son. He's actually got that name. Oh, that's. Imagine if he was the manager's kid. Do you reckon there'd be some broken code where if you do get a son, he's like automatically goated? Christ, which team was he playing for? That's our league. I'm an idiot. He's not in our division, Matt. You melon. Wait, if I click on the team in here, it brings up this page instead of their profile. Okay, that's weird. The longest way imaginable to get there. How are they doing in the league? Pretty damn well. Oh, yeah, you're right. Huh. Favoured personnel. Ah. He's got one favoured personnel, which is ironically a former manager of his. How sick would that have been? If he actually just was the manager's son. I mean, he has the same name as the manager. Let me just check the player himself. Just in case. Or maybe it's just a common name in Poland. I don't know. No favoured personnel. Region is 15. At 18, he might have been a busy boy. Maybe he doesn't like his son. I mean, then he's an Egypt. Because, like, what's not to like? Bro is probably going to be either a centre-back or a left-back for the Polish national team, probably from about the age of 18 through till he's about 55 years old. He'll never play for us, I suspect, but it doesn't matter because he's the kind of guy that's going to make Poland goated. It does anyway, Pro. I hope so, anyway. Let's have a little gander. Oh, I've never seen these. I guess I could join this. I've never actually seen a collection before on Gyatso. Okay, so these are the ones that you found just using that method. Oh my god! You found a Faroese striker using this method. That's mental. What else we got? Jean-Marie Bigirimana, Belgian. That sounds like Belgian and potentially Burundi second nationality, perhaps? These are the values after they've signed for you, right? So, Ishmael Henry. Oh, he's Belgian amateur, right? Tell you what. A Japanese guy as well. What I'm saying, chat, is get on these recruitment systems because they are cooking. That's even better than I did in the actual tests themselves. Like, I know I found the Vanuatu Wonder Kid guy, but the rest of the players I found weren't actually that good. I found one really good guy from, would you believe it, FK Sarajevo. But other than that, it was really just the Vanuatu guy. Basically, this is just transfer room in, I think. Although there might have been some Belgian amateur in there as well. What exact methods did you use in UFC Pro out of interest? Because I know I was showing off loads of stuff earlier. That's so sick. Quite literally, we are so back. Raphael Liai. Wait, is he out of contract? I remember this fella. Well, you're definitely coming in on trial. No doubt about that. In you come. Oh, is he one for the high school teams? Not yet, Toom. No, I'm working on it as we not as we speak, but like currently. It's nearly finished. I just basically need to finish the script, record and edit it. The research is actually the hard part for it, basically, because it took a while to run all these tests properly, and I'm still not really happy with my test for the transfer in stuff yet. I think there's more to that potentially. Yeah, he's a bit of a right, isn't he? Or actually, is he? He might just be a I am fast kind of man, in fairness. Oh, they're coming up. They're winging their way towards you, Tatty Wedge. You'd love to see it. Hello, Fran. Well, that week off has been very, very nice. Wait, we shouldn't... Have we got an international break soon, or are we in it? Well, I think we... Oh, no, we've got a game at the weekend, then it's international break, which is perfect. Argentine radar. I don't actually know, Lords of Hell. I think it does. I suspect... I can see no reason to suggest that it wouldn't do. But... I haven't actually seen a lot of clubs come in for the players I've had on trial, but to be fair, I've only been taking small amounts of players compared to, like, later in the save, we'll obviously be spamming the hell out of it, but right now I've just been, like, prioritizing little funny guys that we see, like that Italian goalkeeper called Fantasia. Things like that. Did it first, like, yeah, Tromsø, I just love seeing Tromsø do well in real life. It's always nice to see a club we've had some connection with in the past just do really well. Speaking of players, people do really well. Krzyżanowski's having a great season, and he's developing really, really nicely. And that's without any kind of special training stuff on him, which is exciting. Wait until someone actually does a proper good training schedule, and they fix it so you can actually implement them really easily. Tactics screen. Oh, so hang on. Is that what you were saying earlier? So if I go to, for example, in here, and then clicking from there, Do they actually work, Harry? Because if they do, I might just find a way to import those. Every position extra instructions within 3 days. Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, so it was all the transfer room in stuff. That's cool. Club logo is in the top left any smaller. No, I believe that's just... You'd have to edit the actual game to do that. But, oh, put him in the team. I see. So if I just dump him into there... Check roles. Oh, here. I see. I mean, yeah, sorry, I see what you mean, actually. Bit penny. To be fair, I think, honestly, it's just easier just to just keep them at the club for a little bit. But I sort of see what you mean there, yeah. Oh, dear. Okay, cool. That's, I suppose, because it's... Yeah. It's taking off the sort of cloud of unknowing when it's showing you on the roles thing. Fair enough. I thought it was David Moyes for a second there. Let me just check the calendar, see if we can do that. No, it's the same day. I want to be careful with that. Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. Did it... Shit, hang on. Did it switch the role? Oh, no, I switched the role, didn't I? Of course. Right. Bugger me. Right. It was centre forward, wasn't it? Because he's channel forward, he's centre forward. The question is, did I have any extra instructions on him? I don't believe I did. Fuck, I bloody hope I didn't. I don't think I did. Ah, well, we'll be able to see because it'll be on this one. Thank Christ. No. Oh, lucky me changing the one role in the tactic that doesn't have anything specifically on it. Hello, Hunsuya. Sorry, Hunsuya. Oh, another little look up there. Cool. Joel. That's a good first name, actually. Oh, there he is. Oh, Beverin. It's hard to, isn't it, Crazy Brit? It's just such a good album in general. It's interesting hair going on there from Joel there at Beverin. Oh, he's from Curacao, right? Who are on the verge of World Cup qualification, no? I think if they get the right result in like one game that they've got left, they could actually qualify for the World Cup, which I think would make them then the smallest nation to ever qualify. Cape Verde are just like... Well, to be fair, it was already Iceland before that still. That would be sick, actually. I would really like that. Obviously, I know the reason that they've been able to do that is because obviously United States, Mexico, and Canada already qualified because of the hostingness of it, but still. But there he is. 15 counts for Curacao. You'd think he'd have more, actually. Yeah, I guess it's just because there's less competition in it, right? But that doesn't take away from their achievements. It's just... Because, to be fair, they're still ahead of some other nations you'd expect them to do well against, right? I believe it is, Lucas, yeah. Hello, Joey. Our under-19 team is just not that good, is it? I wonder if that's just because I've moved all of the... Wait, have we got regens in our squad down here now? Hello, hello, hello. Arkadiusz Pukulski. Regen striker. Okay, good to know. I mean, he's probably not going to be a worldie or anything, but it looks like we've got a couple of these of our own. So it seems that there was a few players missing from these, potentially. Islanders tomorrow. I mean, I still think we'll win. Or we get Schaefered. Because the fact that he is the leading defenseman in goal scoring this season is absolutely insane. Even ahead of Kale. I mean, obviously Kale's going to win the Norris at an absolute canter this year just because of the sheer number of assists. But Matthew Schaefer is... Like, I know he's a number one draft pick, so you'd expect him to do well. But he's doing a lot better than I thought he was going to. Like, even by his standards. Which is so damn cool. A draw against Jamaica. That seems doable, right? We don't, I think it's because of the add players to playable teams. There was obviously not enough players in certain squads for like under 19 stuff, so the games had to add players to complete those teams. That would explain how our other Polish friend from earlier managed to exist. Oh, cheers. I won't be able to use them right now, but if they work, right? The witchcraft I've suffered, I don't know actually, no. I didn't, in fact. I haven't caught up with the stuff that happened last night. It feels like we were the only team that weren't playing last night. Well, I guess us and the Islanders, although maybe they were. Either way, it's nice to have a night off, I think. Because Yemka's back. The question is for who? Also, Božić is back too, and... I'm debating, do I even bring him back in? I think I kind of have to, but honestly, to be fair, the one game he was out, we didn't win. So there is that element of things. Oh. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no, it's more to do with the fact the importing of them is still a bit tedious. Malta's big surprise result. You're damn right I did. Winning, not just winning against Finland, but winning away from home in Finland. That's a massive result for Malta. Considering I think they've only scored 2 goals in qualifying entirely, have they not? And one of them was in that game against Finland. Was it Greg that got the winner? For an AM. Does he? How do you mean? Bostic doesn't need to start at all. Like, he's not... As far as I know. We definitely should start Farina, though, which is a good shout. Yeah, that should be okay. We're allowed 2, right? Yeah. Nikkai's foreign. True, but we had... oh, good point. Yeah, we had to have Duarte in there, though. So at the moment, we still only had the 2. 26 World Cup. Ooh. McTominay won the Ballon d'Or. How many resims did it take? Asking for a friend. I'm glad to see McTominay. He was robbed of the Ballon d'Or. I will fight that to the death. Prove my FPS. I don't know. That's interesting. I know that there was some issues with FPS on certain systems, but they were not things that ever affected either my current computer or my previous one, both of which played FN26. So I'm not sure, because it worked really bad. It actually